As I suspected, 32 flavors.
Try the sauce. I'm soaked in it.
Oh, I could lick you all day long.
It's true. I really could do that. But I can't do that right now because I'm hanging out with you guys tonight for the 40th episode of Toxic Tuesday. 40 freaking episodes. Can you believe this shit, guys? 40 episodes. I love it. After tonight, we're 10 away from the big 50 and then halfway to 100. And we're going to get there. It's going to be huge. Huge. All right, let's see who we got going on in the chat. We got Cody Guy, the Comic Relief Crusader, Vince Womack, Dr. Dragon, Carrie, Zan Zoltan. What's up, Zans? The great D Bud Martin. How you doing, sir? Nice to see you. Pope Metallicus the first. What's up? Brian Barth. Hello, hello. How you doing? Blue-eyed Roof Korean, the base. He really is the base. That man always coming in hot with that knowledge. And of course, the ever so amazing Toxic Man Flu. How you doing, you Man Flu, you? Nice to see you, sir. And the lovely Sherry, Deleted Scenes, and Mr. Sam of the Whitfield Report. What's up, Sam? Great chatting with you on Saturday night. I can't wait to get you on one of these eventually. Who else we got? Rob Rosenkrantz. Hail, Nick and Chet. Hail, sir. Welcome. Well, guys, hopefully you've all been well. It's been a busy time the last few days over here on my neck of the woods. I hung out with Talks a lot, hung out with Walton, did Yelling at Park Cars. It was just on Mead, and now I'm here for this. I did a video yesterday on why remakes are cheap. Got another video coming out later this week as well. Gonna see Sonic tomorrow, so yeah, it's been a busy week. It's been a busy week, but you guys don't care about that. It's just facts of life. You don't care about that. What you care about is talking about the toxicity of the movies and all that encompasses it. So I'm going to bring on the boys, the man who keeps the visuals going, the builder of toys, and also a lover of Ben Grimm's The Thing. Because no matter how much I try to say The Thing, I make it sound sexual anyway. Marty with a C.
Hey, glad to be back. We survived Porky's, right? Yep. So we made it to episode number 40. Awesome.
Right. We survived. That was... that was great. So that was one of the best ones we did. Seriously,
that was fun. Yeah,
that was really good.
That was
How you doing?
One, yeah, doing great. Yeah, enjoying. It's not Tuesday night without getting toxic with you guys. So looking forward to it. And yeah, we got a mellow, crazy movie, like great Coen Brothers movies to watch. Not too much to clip, but a spoiler alert: Mad might make a few appearances tonight. So if you get my drift, not as much as in Porky's, but yeah, it's a fun one. Yeah, just I love this movie. It's crazy fun. So it's gonna be a great
Perfect.
time.
Well, dude, glad to have you on as always. Always a pleasure. Let's have some fun tonight. Let's make the most of this Tuesday night. So we got a lot of people here in the chat hanging out, and they're all ready to get toxic with us and quote this movie and talk about what they loved. We're just spread the love of the dude per se. So with all those dudeness going on, let's bring on Gary from the Pop Culture Minefield. Gary, hello, sir.
Yeah, how you doing, you young whippersnappers? I see lovely Sherry is following me again. She stalks me,
Oh, you got a stalker? That's nice.
The lovely Sherry.
That's really nice.
Technically, I'm her stalker. I reverse follow her. It looks like she's following me, but I'm technically following her by leading.
Oh, by leading. I like it. Well, how you doing, sir?
I am not unwell, thank you. That's George Carlin, for those of you who don't know.
I remember that one.
I'm not unwell, thank you. Moderately neato.
Moderately neato. I like it.
Yep. So, what are you having there? What is that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It looks like pasta of some sort.
Of some sort is exactly right. Stella just kind of handed me the plate.
I'm just eating a whole can of Hunt's spaghetti sauce.
Well, I got lucky. She brought food over. I'm like, I will eat it.
Woo!
And
Hells
now
to the
here
yeah.
I am. So
Yeah, I love it when my daughter or my wife just pops in with a hamburger or a steak, and I'm like, oh my God, I got the food. I got the food.
yeah, no, it's awesome. Well, sir, thank you for coming back as per usual. I'm very pleased that basically
I plan
you
to
on
be a
here.
usual. I'm
Good.
an unusual usual.
You're in. You're an unusual usual for the Toxic Tuesday. That's the way I like it, Gary. I like it. All right. Shut up and bring on the other dude. That 70s rock fan hailing from up north.
Hail.
Yeah, Canada, right?
Yeah. Gary, my friend, you're entering a world of
Nova
pain.
Scotia, right?
You're entering a world of pain.
Entering a world of pain.
Nova
World
Scotia,
of
eh?
pain.
I'm
Nova
not a
Scotia,
newfie. I'm not a newfie.
Oh,
Not from the
newbie.
Maritimes. Anyway, this is great. I'm looking forward to this because as all three people who know me in the world know, I'm a huge Coen Brothers fan. They should be preserved in carbonite. We're at the peak of Western
I have
civilization.
1 degree of separation from them,
Yeah.
because I work with Josh
Ooh.
Becker, and Josh Becker worked with them on the Evil Dead film.
Well, there you go then. But yes, I love the Coens. They should be preserved as the peak of Western civilization that they are.
So you worked with a fellow pecker.
He did. He's worked with a few
I work
makers in
with a
his
guy
time.
that is actually part of the Detroit Mafia.
Ooh.
That's the Sam
That's
Raimi
actually
club.
the name of a Motown group, so don't get too excited.
And I keep telling people, because my business partner's Scottish too, and as I say to all my Scottish brothers, as an Irishman myself, I lived in Ireland, that a Scotsman is just an Irishman that never learned to swim.
I always knew you were Irish because whenever you speak, all I hear is diddly 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 potatoes. That's all I hear.
It's okay.
All right. Oh, I see Mr. Gregory. How you doing, sir? What's up, man? Nice to see you here. All right.
Isn't he cute? He's lovely.
We may have another gentleman coming in later, but right now we have another gentleman here returning to Toxic Tuesday. You now see him yelling at parked cars with the Dix Division. He drinks a glass of whiskey. He's got a great voice, and he just knows how to add a whole other layer of convo to the conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, he's the Brahma Bull.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Dr. Nick.
Hi, everybody.
Brahma Bull in a china
I am
shop.
excited. I love this movie. I quoted this throughout high school, college, all of it. I can't wait for this. Got a nice glass of Stellum bourbon going to start.
Here, let's
And,
zoom in on that. Let's zoom in on that for the whiskey lovers.
Stellum bourbon.
Stellum bourbon.
It
And yes,
is-
That left.
R.I.P. to
Not
Gilbert
much of that
Gottfried.
Yep.
Shout out to Gilbert Gottfried.
115 proof. So it's a heater.
I love it.
It's a
I
sipping whiskey.
freaking love it. That's beautiful. It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. I like it. So, anyways, this movie, I'm trying to figure out how to sum it up. So, my gateway to this was by a WWF wrestler from the Attitude Era. His name was Val Venus. And he used to have this quote, and his whole gimmick was he would come out in the towel, he would shake his ass. You talk about how he was the Big Lebowski. That was his whole spiel. He was the Big Lebowski. And I just laughed at that name. I'm like, man, that's a really funny name. And and all of a sudden people kept saying, oh, he gets it from the Big Lebowski. I'm like, what's the Big Lebowski? And then all of a sudden I watched this movie. I'm like, oh, I could see the correlation, not just with the name, but Val Venus definitely has some similar facial features to Jeff Bridges in this movie. His character, the dude. I was like, holy crap. I'm like, all right, I need to see what's going on with this flick. And it was perfect because I just naturally say dude all the time. So watch this movie just had me be like, dude, duder, duderino, all the dude names that we list off on the checkbox. And then of course you had John Goodman. You had Steve Buscemi as well. Dude, come on. What a casting. Well, I mean, oh God. And We have Sam Elliott too, the legendary, the great narrator, and also pops in two of some of the most funny, great scenes in the movie too. And that mustache, come on, man. There's Sam Elliott, and there's Sam Elliott's mustache. It's a huge deal. That mustache. At first I watched, I'm like, what's going on? Is this supposed to be like a comedy, or is it supposed to be like a mystery? And then as I watched later, I'm like, oh, this movie wants to be like a comedy crime movie, because there's some genre crossing in there, but it's absolutely hysterical. But it's something that became a grower over time, just because I was like trying to like correlate what was going on, and my brain was just processing things slower too when I was younger, and definitely a lot more dumber. But boy, has this one aged well for me, and it's just a beauty to watch. And I relate to this life of the dude, not in the sense of being the bum, but just the guy who goes to like the grocery store in his shorts with the robe. I do that with my pajamas. I go in there, I look like the dude. I have my shades on. That's literally me. Like, so I'm like, this is like vicarious way of living. I know how this is because I'm that way. So, and yes, Vince, Sam Elliott is immortal. Never looked younger or older. They hate that. And Soul Assassin. So Nick Weiser discovered the Big Lebowski from looking at a wrestler's ass. He had a big V on it for Val Venus. Yes, he did. So, anyways, Mark, you got that?
Yeah, I'm ready to roll. I was just adding some more slides to it to hopefully fight the copyright god. So I just doubled up on the slides. So we'll see how that works.
My man. I love it. Right. No, give that thing a whirl. But I mean, Brahma, didn't you say this is your favorite flick of all time?
Yes, I've watched this movie so many times it's not funny. I've forced my kids to watch it. I've forced my dad to watch it. I've forced everybody I know to watch this movie. And beautiful. Yeah, like you said, the first viewing can be a little bit difficult. Mm-hmm. And actually, as you get into tons of viewings, there are a couple sections that drag, but ultimately, I mean, the whole movie is just classic. I mean, it's a cult classic in every way.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. And that's funny you mentioned that it's a cult classic, because that's exactly that. When it came out back in 98, it wasn't like, the biggest name on the market. Like, there was a ton of other flicks that kind of like overshadowed it. And it was like something that became more of a sensation throughout the years, slowly but surely, like slowly climbing up a trajectory of its own. And apparently it was gaining dominance, especially in the European market per se. So like, whoa, okay, that's very interesting. And it's just really funny how that happens, where movies just fly under the radar, but through time, your people just like, hey, what happened with this flick? We should be talking about this one. It makes you wonder, like, how much bigger it would have been if it had done well at the box office. How much bigger could it have been? Because it had all the makings of it. It had a cool story going on. You had a very memorable cast. You had all the right quotes. You got a good amount of action. You laugh for days on end. Like you definitely like, and you got a great relatable lead as well. That's a big part. You have a lead you can connect with. How did this like fly under people's radars? I don't put it together. I can't.
It's and I will point out something funny is that
hold on, I think 70s had something.
Oh, I'm sorry,
a marketing issue, because this is unclassifiable as a genre. You can't put this movie into any genres particularly. I mean, the closest you could say is it's a kind of a comedy. It's certainly one of the funniest Coen Brothers movies, and there's a lot of humor in their movies. This is one of the most overtly funny, and it's got a kind of a, as many people say, a Raymond Chandler-esque feel to it.
The neo-noir style.
Yeah, you couldn't classify it, so it's very hard for that to be marketed. I think the marketing did lean heavily upon Jeff Bridges, which is great, because he is immortal as the dude. But yeah, I think that probably contributed. It's like, how would you describe it to people who hadn't seen a Coen Brothers movie before?
Oh, it's hard to describe this
kind of tricky, Like, well, is it funny? Yeah. Well, so it's a comedy.
Well, it's not. It's in 70s. That's great that you mentioned, because usually people always say something's complicated or it's complex, and it's really not. They just found to find it. But this movie, actually, like describing it, you just can't. It's not
Hey,
It's
when are we
not
going to
that
talk about the
simple.
Vietnam War? Come on, can we get back to the Vietnam War?
Well, I'll
John
say that
Goodman's Walter.
this is
What a
reminiscent of Robert Altman's work.
There's a bit of
And
that,
the
yeah,
Coen
for sure.
brothers definitely went to the Robert Altman school of
Mm-hmm.
storytelling. But the other thing that came from this is the fact that Jeff Bridges has pretty much played the dude in everything since.
Except
Well,
Iron
he
Man.
used his own clothes for the wardrobe for this movie. I mean,
Oh, he did?
he was
Would
the
be
dude.
surprised. Would
Is
not
he
be
there
did.
an
surprised.
entire store devoted to just the Big Lebowski and the dude somewhere? And he actually visited it once.
Well,
It's
he
just-
met
they brought
the
house down
actual
in the store.
he met the actual dude
Yeah.
prior to getting this movie on. So he obviously tried to pack on a few ways, but he said the actual dude was like really big, like really really big. So he's just like
Jeff Dowd, yeah, they said. Yeah,
yeah,
the
Jeff Dowd.
producer, yep.
Wouldn't you want
Isn't it
to go
funny?
through
Jeff played a Jeff. Ha,
Yeah.
ha.
I mean, you would love to go through life like the dude. Just nothing, everything just washes right over him. He's stoic.
Yeah, nothing
so
bothers him.
stoic. It's incredible. I'd love to.
Except
be
when
like
someone pees on his rug, but
that. Well, that's yeah. Well, it
Hey,
held the-
you
it held
pissed
the
on my
room
rug,
together.
man.
It
You
held the
pissed
room
on my
together.
rug. And speaking of Midnight's Edge After
Speaking of
Dark
rugs.
Meet Radio, Midnight's Edge, the rock star himself, as 70 said, Tom eating a banana.
yeah.
Good practice.
Hey, Tom.
Oh,
Hey.
man.
Oh, here we go. This is one of my favorite moments right here.
Yeah. Checking the milk.
Dude,
Is
this
that half
is
and half?
my-
Half and half, yep.
Once again, when I said I live vicariously through this movie in ways, this is one of those scenes where I do. I go through things like, hey, what's all this? And I'm in there. I look like the bummiest guy at Target or Walmart or his local store. People look at me like, hey, what's this guy's deal? Just mind your own business, man.
Yeah, you want to be that guy. He just doesn't care. He's so relaxed.
69 cents for a check.
He's got his Ralph's Value Club
You
card,
know,
his only
some
form of
us have
ID.
been in that- some of us have been in that position in life.
You see the date on the check though? September 11th, 91.
Whoa.
was,
78 years old by that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird, like double main, because obviously this movie came out in 98, but also because of the whole 9/11 thing. That's like, dude.
And then it cuts right to
Yeah.
a bit with George Bush Sr. That's weird.
Yep.
Yep. They're talking
About
Kuwait.
Q8.
All right, this
Kuwait.
is
So it's set in the first
one of the best moments
Yeah,
in the
I know.
film coming up. Right when he
Great
gets in the
opening,
apartment.
The song's great, music's great. Yeah.
Soundtrack. This is awesome.
He gets quite a splash of things. Like he really gets a good taste for the inside of a bull.
By the way, hello everybody.
Hey, Tom.
Hey, Tom.
Hi, Tom.
Hi.
Like that's just your opinion, man.
I was waiting for it. I remember like when these guys go in there, they do their damage, and then they find out, oh, this isn't him. I remember thinking to myself out there, like, oh, so this is what this movie's gonna be about. Two Jeffrey Lebowskis.
Hey, Woo,
Oh.
isn't this guy supposed to be rich or something?
Well, I love this part where he's like, "Where's the money, Lebowski?" He's let me have another look down there. Maybe
Maybe it's in there.
which immediately lets you know you're not dealing with the sharpest of villains.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Is that a
If
stunt toilet or a stunt? I mean, do they give you a brand new toilet for that? I mean, I hope we got
Where's
paid,
the money,
paid well for this.
Lebowski?
Jeff Bridges.
Oh,
Guy
like
one,
rich.
but head
Does
goes
this-
in toilet.
Like,
And then he turns around as he's laying there, and that fucking guy whips it out to piss on the fucking rug.
That's a very
Oh,
cool.
no.
By the way,
moment,
if nobody
because of
noticed,
all
he
the-
has no toilet paper.
That's,
He can't afford it.
that's
Yeah.
a very Coen Brothers moment. Of all the things they could do to the guy, pissing on his rug is like there's a million things they could have done.
It really
Oh,
tied
you
them
know, you
together.
guys need to correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't this technically like the first comedy the Coen brothers really had done since, like, the straight up comedy since Raising Arizona or whatever?
It's the most comedic, I would say.
Yeah,
Yeah, because then they followed up with "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?"
yeah. Then after
Yeah.
that, but like between
Well-
there, they had like Glengarrigan, all their like more serious type stuff. I thought.
Yeah, they did a lot. They were going for the more dramatic thriller stuff, and then suddenly they do Raising Arizona, and just out of left field, and I'm like, oh my god, what a great film!
But then they went back to
on the
things
rug,
Miller's
man.
Crossing, which weren't full of humor particularly. Yeah. Yeah, some of their movies have been quite hard in the earlier years.
Well, this has a very like it feels very much like in the vein of Raising Arizona, right? Like it has a lot of the similarities to it in the sense that
Coen school.
Yeah. Well, and it's kind of being told with a narration, and just kind of the similarities between the music and how it's shot, and just the type of humor.
I'm assuming they always considered Jeff Bridges as the dude because you can't picture anyone else now.
Yeah,
No.
They must have just.
No, the casting in this was perfect for just about every character, even down to like Flea being in it.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a nihilist.
And John Turturro as the Jesus.
Yeah. Yes.
And they cast everything perfect.
Pederast. Yes.
8-year-olds, dude.
I'll give you a blowjob for $2,000. Wow.
Was that Tara? I know why.
I'm just gonna go find a ATM.
It is Tara Reid.
Oh, it is Tara.
Yeah.
Perfect timing, since that this was a year before the first American Pie came out.
Yeah.
So, how fitting for her. She goes from one sex movie to another. Even though this is not really a sex movie, but she's involved in it on a sexual capacity. Yeah. Her capacity wise, her characters evolve. And this is where we get to meet his great friends, Walter and Donnie. I love these guys, especially.
Sorry, I love this song.
No, don't you dare apologize, dude. It's a great song, and I love the credits. And I immediately, when I fell in love, of course I love the dude, but I really love Walter because he everything that is a problem, he harkens it back to back in my day type of equivalent.
Get off my lawn.
Yeah.
Well, for those who don't know, Walter's character is actually based on a real person. Did you guys know that too? Not just
I did not know that about Walter. Go
X-Line,
on.
right? Peter X-Line. Yep.
Actually,
wasn't it? Was
more
it
based on John Milius.
What?
Peter X-Line
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Milius was a fairly robust guy.
I'm a very big fan of John Milius.
Oh yeah, you don't make Hollywood men like him anymore. That's for sure.
The more you know. I like to tell Sam Elliott's just the stranger. This is perfect. It's so perfect for him. He don't need no name. He's Sam Elliott. He's freaking Sam Elliott. Oh, dude. Oh, hold on, Tom. Let me try again. There we go. Yeah, oh, I can see it.
In Hollywood.
I can see it.
Yeah.
We need more Milius.
Makes total
Not
sense.
just that, but his ability his quick move to temper and to have guns, like all this shit was taken from Milius. I guess like this is a lot of how Milius used to act. I guess like kind of like Hunter S. Thompson. Like, you just never know what you're gonna get with him.
Yeah, it's hard to believe this guy came up with Lucas and Spielberg and all those guys, man.
Oh yeah, well he made Conan. I think that shows.
Yeah, I love during the making of that film when Schwarzenegger was kind of whining about the wolf biting him when he was trying to go up the rocks, and that one grabbed him and pulled him off the rocks, and he's like, "Oh, it hurts so bad." And Milius is going, "Look, man, that pain's temporary. This movie is forever."
He made him that bird he bites in that is a live bird.
Dead bird. It's dead.
It's dead
But
after
it's a real
the fact.
bird.
It was alive at the point, but yeah.
And they were terrified he was going to get some sort of parasites
Fucking
or bacteria
disease,
from
yeah.
it.
Cheech.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you had a lot of really random appearances in this movie from all sorts of people. It's just like, hey, look, we'll throw Cheech in here. We'll throw Tara Reid in this part.
Is that
We'll
Cheech
throw
Marin? No.
Sam Elliott in this part. And when they got
That is
Sam
not
Elliott,
Cheech Marin, no.
Is it not Cheech?
oh, I thought it was him.
Nah, I'm pretty sure.
I've always thought it was.
That, sir, is racist. Not all Mexicans look alike.
Who doesn't love Donnie though?
Every ball but one in this movie
He's
is
the
a
best
strike.
part of the film. He's a sweetheart.
He's the nice guy to balance them all out. That he balances the dude's homelessness and Walter's mayhemicness. Well, and Walter became an infamous meme for many years. Come on, the infamous meme, everyone.
Oh, I've used
Shut
it.
the fuck up, Donnie.
You have no frame of reference. You're like a child.
How did these three guys become friends? Because they're all radically different.
Yeah.
It's like you got to wonder. The dude's so laid back. And Donnie's like,
Just so completely gone. Like he has no idea what the fuck's going on.
Well, for years there was a fan theory that Donnie didn't exist. He was a figment of Walter's imagination. That's why
I heard
Walter
about
is the
that.
only one that ever talks to him.
Yeah, I
his
heard
alter
that.
ego. Yeah, he's
That's not true.
schizophrenic.
The dude talks to him.
Yeah, I
Pretty
think he
sure the
does.
dude talks to
Well,
him.
that was the theory that they were.
Plus, they
running
have the
with.
funeral and all that shit. Yeah.
Walter's so angry and like violent, and the dude's so calm and laid back, and yeah, why did they?
Hi,
sleep with
Maria.
each other?
A pacifist and a non-veteran.
Exactly. Yeah.
That rug really did tie the
Tied
rug
the
together.
root.
Yeah, there's another line like, "What's his problem other than pacifism or something?" You know, one of those lines. Walter's just so crazy. But yeah, I was reading about. Yeah, it was excellent. It was one of the Coen brothers' friends, and like his car got stolen, and they found an 8th grader's homework. Under the front seat. That was a true story. And like when another guy that Walter's based on, that's what I was mixing up. Like another guy that Walter's partially based on.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they
Private
pulled
Eye.
stuff from other
And
places. but
yeah, and then they actually confronted the kid about stealing the car because they found the homework under the
There's
front
another
seat.
great little character.
this
Oh, yeah.
happens when you fuck a complete
Brant.
stranger. Yeah.
Do you guys?
So many great touches.
Did anybody ever see the TV edit for it?
Never seen that. No.
You know, I don't
When
think
he-
I have
when he's-
ever seen the TV cut of
I
that.
never even knew one existed. Even like when like I had heard about the movie sometime after it came out. Like,
Well,
it's
it
one of
just
those things
happened to
no one
come out.
talked about when
It
they
came out in
out.
that DVD era to where I didn't have to worry.
I
about
love
it,
this
right?
shot. Sorry.
I,
Yeah, that,
dude, no. We can
I
pause
gotta go
that
back
shot.
to that. Yeah.
It's an iconic shot.
It's just so awesome.
Well, the line in the TV edit when he's beating up the car is, "This is what happens when you meet a stranger in the Alps."
Oh Jesus
He just
Christ!
keeps, he just keeps repeating it over and over and over. That's what they dubbed it to.
The last
it's-
TV edit
it's
I
almost
remember
better.
watching was Pulp Fiction, and that was just because I'm like, I have to see how they do this, and I give them credit. They actually managed to get just about everybody back to come in and redo their voices,
Mhm.
except for Bruce Willis. So like his just sounds so off. But like, yeah, you got Samuel Jackson. Like every motherfucker is turned into a Mother Hubbard or a Monkey Humper
Yeah.
or a mother lover. Isn't it like
You stupid
every one of
slug in
them,
a
yeah.
ditch.
Slug in a Ditch was always my favorite. The first time I remember
Yeah.
hearing that was The Hard Way with James Woods and Michael J. Fox. Slug in a Ditch, he handcuffed me to a bed.
So what was
It
they
really
say?
is the perfect screen.
What
Go ahead,
did he say?
70s.
Brahma Bull was it when you meet a stranger in the Alps or something? What
This
was
is
it
what
say?
happens when you meet a stranger in the Alps.
I gotta remember
It is
that.
Best
almost better.
dub ever.
It is almost
I,
better.
it actually does make the scene even more funny. If
It's more surreal. Yeah.
You gotta watch
Speaking
out for
of
those
the
twists.
dubs, they said that it was easiest to do Sam Elliott subs because of his mustache. You could barely see his mouth. move,
Yeah,
so
right,
it's
yeah.
easiest to do that because of the mustache.
weird when he saves it.
He's like, you can't see his
When he
mouth.
saves that, it's weird. It just doesn't.
I ain't
look
never
right.
seen London. I ain't never seen France. And, well, I ain't never seen the old lady in her underpants or however it goes. I lost my train of thought.
do you have to curse so much, dude?
Totally breaking the
You
fourth
use
wall.
The word micturated in a movie. And it's,
I always hoped for a spin-off where we got to see what the man's life was like, right?
Well, there were rumors they were going to do a movie about Jesus.
Oh, they did.
They did.
I was
They
reading
did.
they did
Horrible.
the Jesus movie. Yeah.
Really? I never heard
Jesus
of that.
rolls.
coming out.
it's not great.
It's horrible.
Yeah, it has nothing
Horrible.
to do with the Coen brothers, though. That's why.
Yeah.
Well,
'cause
that was
this
a
movie
dumb
is-
character to do a spin-off of, too, because he's a fucking...
He's an
Oh,
animal.
Skeevy old fucking dude.
Yeah.
I don't
young
fuck with
girls.
you, Jesus.
El
El Duderino.
Duderino. I love that name, El Duderino. I was calling everyone El Duderino for a long time with a name like
Well, I
that.
gotta imagine. Okay,
The dude minds.
Here's my point, though. The dude is like the most subdued, laid back kind of guy, right? Well, the
Mhm.
man, though, on the other hand, he probably lives a life like a fucking cowboy, like he's out there, you know, like fucking doing all kinds of wild shit. Is my point? Like, yeah. So he's like the absolute opposite, you know, getting all kinds of ladies and getting away from the cops and getting away with all kinds of shit and gambling, basically like an American Bond. Is what I was
Mhm.
picturing, right? And like this is just his stop on his way to whatever his next adventure was. That was just my own headcanon, anyway.
No.
It looks like Dick Cheney a little bit, or is it me?
Does a little
He
bit.
does.
Yeah.
He does.
I
look
wouldn't
like
be
he's there,
surprised
yeah.
if that's who they were trying to.
Well,
it
Well,
get like, well, maybe not. 'cause he
No,
wasn't that
no,
big
because Cheney was 2000 through
True, but-
2008, and this was 98.
Oh, Dick Cheney's been around a long time, dude.
He's
Yeah.
been
Oh, I know.
around,
I
yeah.
trust me.
It's
I know
70s.
he's old and decrepit.
Worked under Nixon.
Oh yeah, true. Worked
Yeah,
under Nick.
it's
Okay,
like- it's like
maybe it was.
Sexually transmitted diseases.
I never liked
You
that
can never
fucker.
get rid of them entirely. Well, Cheney's still here.
I just love this when he told me I could grab any carpet in the place.
Yeah, he said just take
Grab
any
the
rug in the
carpet.
place, man.
And
I
love
don't
the way
know.
this is all set up just by this random occurrence by these two people having the same name. It's like, obviously these morons went to the wrong house when they're looking for money. And this guy, and the dude is so offended because of Walter riling him up. He goes to this house to like get money for a carpet, which is probably worth like $20, right? So this whole movie is over
Yeah.
this
Which is
carpet.
hilarious because it could have just been like a typical Adam Sandler kind of movie, like but like that's I think the beauty of the film is that the dude is such a great character that they found this really good. A lot of people say that this is a movie about nothing, right? And I argue with that. I'm like, no.
Well,
it
the
actually
rug
has a
ties
very
everything
clever-
together.
Exactly, it has a very
Yeah.
clever plot, actually. The
Well,
kind
and
of
it's-
plot that any random dumb comedy would steal at the time and really screw up, but they managed to. In my opinion, this is one of those damn near perfect movies. You have a hard time. Like I would never change just about anything I can't think of anything I would change in this movie, right? Like
I had a college course where we had to actually spend about 2 weeks on the Big Lebowski, and yeah, I mean the rug is supposed to be Lebowski's self-respect. I mean, he has like nothing going for him. I mean, he's just laid
Hey
back,
guys,
cruising through
yeah,
life.
if you got $1,000, go call Tara Reid.
Headed to the
I'll give
bank
you
right
both
now.
that. No, he's like, yeah, I'll go. I'm going far out, man. I'm going to
Gotta
find
hit the
myself
ATM.
a ATM.
Brant
Hit
can't
the
watch.
ATM. Yeah, that's what it is.
I
Hit
want
the
to point
ATM.
out too that it's a sad thing that we lost Philip Seymour Hoffman, man.
I know.
I
Yeah.
loved him as an actor.
Definitely an underrated actor in his time for sure.
He's
yes.
so good in this.
And you know what? The
Yeah, he's
loss we
perfect.
didn't. You know what really pisses me off is I said he would have made a perfect Penguin in a
Yes, he
Nolan
would
Dark
have.
Knight film.
Yeah,
He would absolutely made the perfect penguin.
I can see it. I can get with that. Damn. Now you're making
Well,
me
I
think
thought that's
what
where
if.
the Nolan film was going to. Was like they're setting it up for a very serious Riddler and a very serious Penguin because you had the mayor and all that business in the second film. So they set it up for this, the opening for the city to want a new flashy mayor. And the Penguin always works best when you do him with a mayor story. I don't know why. He just fits.
No, it fits. There are certain tropes that just go with one thing, a yin and yang.
Well,
and
because
that's
it
just
happened
one
in
of them.
the original 66 series and in the comics.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
It's so synonymous with him, right? Like he just,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeti
Smokey
cast
over the
says
line.
1,000.
This is great.
He
says
my
over the
favorite.
line.
This is non-nom. This is bowling. There are rules.
What are you doing here, Yeti? It's Tuesday. Isn't this the day you scrub your crotch?
And how does Yeti know that's way
That's
overpriced?
every
Just
day,
asking.
yeah.
Shampoo
Yeah.
that crotch.
How does he know
Every
it's
day.
overpriced?
I think Yeti has experience with Tara Reid. I think that's what
I wouldn't be surprised.
The Sharknado version.
Love you, Yeti.
Into your world. Of pain.
He says that Hoffman would have been a good Hugo Strange. You know what? I can see the Hugo Strange in him, especially if he goes for the shaved head look and the big round glasses too. Like I could see Hugo Strange. He's another Batman villain.
No, I know who would play a good Hugo Strange.
I
though?
think he was talking about Hoffman.
Oh,
I said I can maybe see it. If he shaved his head, I'd like to see the shave because to me, like I gotta
He
have
was
my
a good villain in Mission Impossible 4. So
yeah.
Marcus Zero, man. Marcus Zero.
You crazy fuck.
No one. How long will the
game,
cops
Smokey.
take to show up, right?
Jimmy,
Calling the
that's
contract
Jimmy
now,
Dale
man.
Jimmy Dale.
hey, who
Gilmore,
else
he's a
here
country
loves
singer.
bowling?
I like bowling. I
Bowling.
suck at it, but I love it. I love it.
bowling, man.
Bowling's great.
It's a
When I was
fun
in the
time.
Army, every post has bowling alleys. So
Mhm.
it was one of my favorite things to do in the Army, man. Just go bowling.
Yeah, because you
Up
hang
until
out
the
with your buds,
pandemic,
drink
I
a
carried
beer,
about a
you drink
200
beer.
average.
Dude. So not to get all no pun intended on dude, but like one time we got to try out a bowling alley before it opened, and one of the guys on my team almost wrecked the place because he went to he was like one of those super tall guys, and he went to toss his ball and nearly hit the ceiling. And it dropped right down on the lane so hard. By some miracle, he didn't dent it. But the looks on our faces, like it was like one of those, like everyone is stunned. You hear a penny drop from a mile away type of motion. Oh
my
no! Oh no! And there's that rug, man. That all he wanted was a rug, guys. That's all he was asking for. I mean,
I'm sorry. I love when they're out in the parking lot. Him and Walter are talking. The fucking cops show up and go into the bowling alley.
Yeah.
They don't even care. They're not paying attention to what just happened.
That's why it's like they're calling the cops, man.
Oh, and that fucking picture in his apartment.
Nixon
I
bowling.
love that. Nixon bowling, because the White House has a great bowling alley.
Who put the bowling alley? Was it Nixon that
Yeah,
put the
it's
bowling
featured
alley
in a
in,
couple
or
of
it must have been
movies.
earlier? Must have been
May have.
earlier.
I think it's been around for a while, but
Okay.
I can always like Google
Now,
it.
by
I
the
mean,
looks, actually, now looking at it,
I'll
it's
check.
probably 60s or 50s.
That bowling
yeah.
alley has been in a couple of other movies about. I'm trying to think of a couple of them, but it's been featured in some movies about fake presidents and set in the White House. So.
Toxic Man Food for $10 says Nick Weiser abides. Ain't that the truth? That's
it was
the
added
truth,
in
my
'69.
man. Thank you.
Added in 69, but there was a bowling alley in the West Wing built for Truman in 47, and it got
Oh,
moved
yep.
to the
I'm looking at
executive
that right
building.
now too. Yep.
Oh, so the Nixon had it put in the White House, then. Yeah.
Correct. Yep.
Damn it.
It had
And
a
now
great
and now
recording system in it as well.
Yeah.
Deadpool.
yeah, the
For the
dude
extra
rug
dimension.
for $5 now says, why is everybody always peeing on me?
Who said that?
The dude rug. I wonder if that's
The dude rug.
yeah, the dude rug.
Why is
I
everybody
don't
peeing on
recognize
me?
that. I wonder if that's like talks with changing his name or something. The dude rug. Like, I don't know what that is.
Was the logo
Damn
the
it.
same? Or the avatar?
Well, I got it from Stream Elements, so I don't know. I'm not seeing Dude Rug post in the chat. So I know Tox changes his name a lot. So that's just me putting two and two together because that's what he does. That's
Right.
what he does. Oh God, dude, it's weird watching, like, once again, like, Bridges got so synonymous with this role, and then you see him try to go full villain for Obadiah Stane and Iron Man with a shaved head and all, too, like a nearly opposite like look of what he had here. I'm just like, dude, oh, damn it!
I did it.
Oh my God, I can't help it. I can't help it. I was like, just be friends with Tony, man. Just be friends.
And when
with
he's in
Tony.
True Grit, man, he's like an older version of the dude.
Yeah,
Or
Kind of.
or an RIPD, whatever the Ryan Reynolds one
definitely.
with him.
Yeah.
Definitely. They're so similar sounding because
Well,
it's
let's
like he's
not
not even
forget-
trying to sound different.
Let's not forget, that Jeff had a career 20 years before this film, too. But
Yeah, Tron.
Okay.
Oh, even long before that. I mean, back to wasn't he in Thunderbolt and Lightfoot? With,
Oh my
That's
God!
what I
yeah,
mean, like,
with-
20 plus year
Clint,
career,
yeah, I mean,
just
that's
before
he
this.
started way back then.
he started out in westerns and TV
Well, I
shows.
mean, he's an acting family, right? Of course.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Lloyd,
Bridges.
obviously.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus, our Lord and Savior. And then Soul Assassin's got a question for the panel. Have any of y'all been to the Big Lebowski convention?
No, but I've
Lebowski
heard of it.
Fest. I didn't even know it was
No.
a thing.
Was it
I
in a
know of
bowling
it. I
alley?
haven't been to
There's,
it.
yes, in the bowling alley, it should be. There's
Now,
a
one of my
store-
favorite films he
there's
did in
a
the
store.
'80s was The Morning After with Jane Fonda,
Mhm.
and it was
remember
another
that one.
murder mystery film.
Okay.
Look
okay.
at the figures.
Star
that was
Man,
some-
of course.
Oh, they're
Jumpsuit.
so.
He's
Dude,
got the cocaine pinky.
People forget he also got nominated for Starman.
Oh, that's right.
Oh
yeah.
my God!
I
Yeah.
love it.
he looks like he's gonna hump the air while looking at ball simultaneously. Air humping and looking a ball. Like, imagine all the floor that ball's been on. That big ball's all over that floor. He's just like freaking he is Frenching that ball so hard. Like,
Didn't he
this
play
looks like
like
something
Simmons would be
Dick's
proud.
Division would do. This looks like
didn't he
something
play
that,
like a yuppie in The Fisher King or something like that too with Robin Williams?
oh,
Turturro?
No.
Or, no,
Jeff
Bridges.
Bridges.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bridges,
Bridges.
was in
Yeah, Bridges.
Fisher King.
Yeah,
He's
that was
been in
another
so
big
much
one
stuff.
for him.
blown away.
Yeah, I love that freaking movie. That's a good film.
And
Oh
the
yeah,
timing of
Blown
that,
Away. That was another good one. Yeah.
I think no.
Yeah,
good
what
movie.
what
The
an
timing was
ending.
good.
You know, what a twist at the end when he just you're rooting for the good guy to win and he fucking dies. And made to look like the real villain. I'm like, oh my god.
They actually subverted
funny,
your
yeah.
expectations.
It did.
It's called irony, motherfucker.
Spoilers for a 20-year-old movie.
Yeah. What alert?
Yeah, we're all doing our homework now. Yep. Just don't lose it in the front seat of the car.
Yeah, the dance he does when he's such a creepy
Yeah, the
character.
dancer.
You know what the song is playing in the background?
I have no idea.
California.
It's Hotel California, but in Spanish.
Yep.
Oh, no shit.
You're right.
Because the dude hates the Eagles.
Yeah. Oh god,
they
so
took
totally
my
played.
credence, man.
And the cab driver
Oh
kicks
my
him out
God.
later. He
The
throws
scene
him out
coming
the
up
cab.
is so reminiscent of me hanging out with one of my liberal friends. Goodman's reaction to the dude is so fucking funny where he's just getting irritated, like, oh. I fucking love this scene.
That do-rag is so like that's the most 1998 thing. When you look at that, I'm like, yep, that do-rag is
Oh, the
like
do-rag?
product of its time that he's wearing, that Jesus is wearing.
You
You look
it's
at the
supposed to
thing
be
like,
91,
wow.
but yeah.
I
Well,
thought it
yeah,
was a hairnet.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, it's a hair.
See, I thought, oh, is it there? See, I thought
Well,
I
you
was
could be
thought-
right,
oh,
but
it's a
I-
do-rag.
No, it's a hairnet.
I'm not
I
sure,
thought
but
it
I
was a
thought it was a
hairnet.
hairnet.
Because I thought
It's
he
a
tried to
hairnet.
put it out.
No, you're right. It's a hairnet. It's a hairnet.
Okay.
Yep, I stand corrected.
They're all
God, they
just
don't like
staring
each
him
other.
down.
Not that I
So
would
much.
know what a hairnet was.
As
have to wear one.
pacifistic as Jeff Bridges is, he doesn't like that guy.
He's a registered sex offender.
Yeah.
8-year-olds, dude.
8-year-olds, dude.
Whoa. That's nasty. Let's talk about Jesus again. And
We
talk
just
about-
were.
Why not?
No, is he Jesus or Jesus? No, he's Jesus.
He's
isn't he?
Jesus.
Jesus.
He's Jesus.
No, he
Like
goes
it-
by the Jesus.
That's what I thought.
He's the
Yeah, he
Nobody
goes
else
by
with
the
the
name
Jesus.
He goes by the Jesus. Yeah.
Well, when he's just like, yeah, Jesus, man.
Reach
He's like,
and
you
roll,
just said
man.
my name or something
He's-
along the line.
He's a
Yeah.
pederast.
Yeah.
pervert, dude. He's a pederast, yeah.
Pederast.
No, he's a
He's a
sex
pederast,
offender with a record. Yeah.
That's actually one of the funny second layer things about this movie, though, is Walter is he's converted to being a Jew, and his arch nemesis is Jesus.
Back it up, yeah, like
What's a pederast? Yeah.
they do this here, and it's like, okay, because now back it up, because like that's the thing is I think now somebody have you seen that Jesus movie? Let me know if it's true, because
Mhm.
it says here that he's got a record for exposing himself to an 8-year-old. Now, if I remember right, somebody had told me that in that movie they explain it away like it's a joke, like it's like a whole like a happenstance of events that an 8-year-old happens to see him naked, and that's why he got in trouble, to make the character less of an asshole.
I
So, like,
think
that
that's what it was, but
Yeah.
that movie was so bad that I did
Yeah.
not pay enough
Anyway,
attention
it
to
says
care.
right there, like it doesn't specify exactly much more than that. It just says exposing himself. So like, yeah, it was like this whole little thing. Like, yeah. So if somebody's seen the movie in the chat, tell me if I'm right, because it came out like 2 years ago now.
Yeah. This is one of my favorite Donnie parts. Nick, you're muted.
As long as
Um,
I get my rug, that's all I care about. I don't care about anything else. I just want a rug, man. My original one got peed on. Just give me a new rug. That's all I care about. The dude abides unless you pee his rug or you're a peddler. Dude.
I'm the
so-
walrus, dude. I'm the walrus, dude.
You know,
That's almost it.
D.I. Leonard.
There it is.
there he is.
Maybe it doesn't exist. Yeah.
Yeah,
Now I'm going
notice
to
how
tell you,
Oh yeah.
all of our senior NCOs
Dude, look at this. Say this.
had the cocaine fingernails in
Oh,
the
yeah?
army. Every single one of them.
Look at these dudes rinsing off their balls.
You know,
well, and all the other
Donnie-
bowling teams are only 2 people.
Donnie must exist because they have the funeral or the ashes thing from at the
Yeah.
end.
That's what I was
So
saying.
why
earlier,
would
too.
Jeff Bridges
Yeah.
be there if
Well, the
Donnie didn't
Coens-
exist?
The Coens came out and said, no, he definitely exists. But the fan theory actually works if you watched a movie for most of it. Because even, the dude would have gone along with Walter on some stupid hijinks where he's pouring out somebody from Vietnam over the ocean or something. I mean, he would go along with it. And then he doesn't say anything about Donnie during that scene for the most part. It's all Walter doing the eulogy.
and then talks about
I could have
Vietnam.
swore he
eventually.
blamed. I thought he blamed. Yeah, because doesn't he say something about Vietnam? He's like, "This ain't about Vietnam. It's about Donnie,
Yeah.
man," or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was all that crap about Vietnam?
I love that
gonna
purple
fuck you up.
color.
That's just your opinion, man.
There's the one.
That's a classic line that heard around the world.
Yeah, go back to that one.
I have. That's definitely a line I've stolen, and probably more than half of my life, like saying that line. Like when someone says like a hot take or something, especially when the gifts were new, it's just like he was just the perfect gift to respond with.
I wonder if I could have used that on the high school debate team. I wonder how that would have gone over. Like, dude, that's your opinion, man.
Mark. That was good, Mark.
I was on the debate team actually, but
It would have been like in old school where they're like,
I would have won.
we have nothing to say. That was a perfect response.
Perfect response. Yeah.
Well
8-year-olds,
said.
dude. I love that. Nobody fucks with the Jesus 8-year-old
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah. He's listening to a cassette of the Venice Beach
Yeah,
bowling tournament.
Yeah.
yeah. League
And then on the
playoff
other side is
87.
just Bob. It doesn't say what.
Yeah.
Probably Bob Dylan, but yeah.
Bob Dylan. Yeah.
Oh God, I love
They all
this
had their
scene
own musical theme as well. Each set of characters.
Yes. Yeah. I love
where he
the
knocks
music
him
and
out and he's flying over LA.
Oh, I love
Yep.
this scene.
Dream
I remember-
sequence 1.
This was great.
This is before I had endoused myself in any particular substance. I remember just thinking, man, if that's what that stuff's like take me higher, like that Creed song. I want to
No,
be
he got his
taken
ass
higher.
kicked. That's why he got.
Oh, I
knocked
know,
out.
but just the whole like sequence of him flying is what I'm getting at.
This is
That's what-
classic, though.
That's what I'm getting. I know he's getting his shit kicked on the outer world,
That's
but
the
the
right-
inner world, that looks fun. That's all I'm saying.
But this is why you couldn't market this movie, because this was part of the previews, if I remember right.
Oh,
They were
yeah, the
showing the dream
previews.
sequences, and it's like that had nothing to do with anything.
That's
I
right.
mean,
No, and I guarantee you that was
Bad
because the
hominem.
studio spent so much money on those sequences alone. They're like, you got to show that shit in the trailer.
yeah.
And the Coens probably didn't like that, but what were they going to do?
And she's flying away on his new rug.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get my rug.
That damn rug.
and then
She-
and then
she
she
took it.
wants the rug back too. She's like, that rug had sentimental value to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because her
Trying to
mother
come
gave
back,
it
he's
to
like,
him.
But what about my rug? You know, he
See
keeps
that
asking.
the whole thing about the rug, that's something that works for this movie and the dude. That's not something that just happens for a movie. You can have so much like investment emotionally over a freaking rug, man. It couldn't work with every flick. That definitely is made for the dude. It really is. And I remember this actually this kind of made me a little like dazed when I first saw this. I'm like, whoa. Like seeing the ball roll around as you're supposed to be rolling around with the dude
Yeah.
and the
Yeah,
ball.
the
I'm
point
like,
of view.
Yeah, at that point of view, I'm like, I felt like I was gonna get like dizzy for a second.
Now, the pins are CGI, but the rest of it, I
Oh, of
believe, is
course.
done all practically, obviously, with a gyro cam inside of a
Yeah.
bowling ball type thing. But yeah,
And the rug's gone.
and it's gone.
It's amazing how many people just get into his place. Like it's like he doesn't own any keys to his place.
Private
It's like people-
residence, man.
Yeah, but later when he tries to barricade the door and he does it in reverse, so all they do is open the door after all that work.
The door opens out.
I love the fact he shows.
Oh,
he shows his
speaking of
belly there.
which,
He's not in
guys.
shape.
Guys, we have a guest here. I keep hearing his voice and everything. So sorry I'm late, man. Busy day, but I definitely have to stop by and burn one with you guys. Hail, dude Lebowski in the chat. How are you, sir? Thank you for hanging out with us.
Go grab yourself a white Russian or a Caucasian.
Great to
I
see you,
love the
dude.
fact he shows himself kind of out of shape there, and Slobby's got a belly and whatever. It's kind of neat that he's
Subject security. He owns it.
Walter.
Walter's
Ringer.
bag.
What the hell is
of,
this? It's my dirty laundry. It's the ringer, dude.
A bag of dirty underwear. That had to have smelled so bad.
And then he
The
wants
whites.
it back.
And they're all whites too. Yeah, they're all tiny whiteys. Oh, that's
What? The ringer.
That's a visual only Mad Mardigan wants. John Goodman in 1998 in dirty, tidy whiteys. That's a Mad Mardigan image. Seriously. So you tell me that Handy Randy doesn't get a visual of that.
And he's
Tell
got
me
him right,
he
right
doesn't.
into his face
Yeah,
there.
I hate the Eagles.
No Eagles. Yeah.
So many quotes. So many. I hate the fucking Eagles, man.
And then, of
That
course,
was way back, but yeah.
Oh, of course, it was way back. But I love how he ruins the phone call too. He's like totally intruding on the call. What? But I, damn it! Like he's just like
Walter has to fuck it up here. Yeah.
Well, I was thinking
I
at first
find-
time watching the movie, I'm like, why the heck would they give this guy $1 million like cash when he's just this loser, right? And I'm like, how stupid is this guy? And of course,
here's
the
your
Walters
scene.
right away is like, yeah, there you go, yeah.
there you go.
And Walter goes nuts, yeah. I love the old fashioned car phone, right? That's what we used to have. Yep, the
Oh,
brick
yeah,
car
the
phone.
Motorola.
Yep.
Remember, it was a huge dude. Like, oh my god, I'm talking to you in my
Yeah.
car
I used to
on
install
the
those
phone.
Motorola car phones.
For like
Yeah.
$1.50 a minute.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Was
a
it hard to
dirty,
do?
Horrible job. Dirty,
Was it
horrible
hard
job.
to do? 70s.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you had
Different
to install
vehicle every
like,
time, so
and you
to-
had like a stalk in the middle to hold the phone. Sometimes
Yeah,
you had to.
yeah, it was
One
just
time, a guy
nightmare
drilled through the floor and knocked out my electronics. On the car.
to avoid, the different layout in each car, and it was a nightmare. Hated it.
I don't blame you. I would hate that. God, that thing is a weapon. Look at that giant phone.
Yeah.
It like you
Well, it's
just
just
look
the
at.
handset. The handset's going down to the actual base unit somewhere else in the car, installed somewhere.
Yeah, he's carrying it around. It's
Yeah.
like a suitcase the whole time.
Yeah, the whole thing. Yeah, it's huge. But,
Yeah, I had that phone in my car. Yeah. Of course, I got my other. Oh, I keep showing this one, but the old Motorola. Yep. Back in the day,
Motorola were big.
cell phones ruined so many movies too. It's like,
Mm.
this movie wouldn't work as well with cell phones.
No.
Everyone having a cell phone. Like today, the guy would have like a tracker on his wife. To track. He'd have one of those Apple trackers to see where she's off to. Yeah.
No, that's actually well stated, Mark. I never thought about it like that. How much like the scenes would change because of the convenience of having that phone around. Yeah,
Yeah.
crap. I never thought about that.
Yeah, track her down. Yeah.
I've always just thought about Batman living in an advanced world of technology where everything should be easier. But now you're meant to, for these guys, yeah, the story would be over a lot quicker. And also, like, the plan would be a little bit less sketchy because someone will always slip, whether it's like the text message
Yeah.
or like there's recording of audio and video. A lot of stuff that could, like, was solved in this movie that took a lot longer could definitely been solved a lot quicker. Like, this movie ultimately would probably been like an hour. In 2022 standards, it would have been an hour instead of the hour and like 57 minutes, I think that it is.
I love this. He bails on it.
Yeah,
He's
he
like,
bails on the car. Yeah.
You didn't think I was getting out of
Take
here,
the
did you?
wheel.
Did you?
Grab the Uzi, and he's got it locked and loaded. Too.
Fucking-
I don't know if Gary. No, I don't know if the Uzi would go off like that.
Uzi.
yeah, but movie.
Movie,
This
right?
car
Yeah.
gets put through so much. It just got shot like 20 times in the back.
This
I'd love
car
to see
ta-
it. Which car is better, this car or the car in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles? And
I was
which
gonna
car
say the
ends
one
up trash
Tommy
more?
Boy. Tommy Boy.
Tommy Boy,
His
yeah.
car takes a beating too. He's like, well, that car, like the door, like gets put through
Yeah.
the other side as he drives to the gas station, and he follows like, "What'd you do?
What'd
And
you
then-
do?
And then there's of course the Bambi moment. We killed Bambi. Like Like there, we see some cars get pretty damaged in movies. I miss it. I miss damaged cars. I love it. So
He also
much.
runs the car into a light pole there, or a telephone
Yeah,
pole.
that's right. Yeah, that car
Fuck it,
gets
dude.
screwed
Let's
up.
go bowling.
Let's go bowling.
Yeah,
And the
his
phone's just
motto.
ringing for like the next 10 minutes.
I was watching this movie. I was watching this movie tonight. My wife's like, "Pick up the phone. What's the phone ring?" I'm like, "It's a Big Lebowski, Maureen." Yeah. So she's like, "Get the phone."
Oh,
I
my
can't
God.
remember if he addresses Donnie here because Donnie said, "Your phone's ringing, dude. Your phone's ringing, dude."
Your phone's ringing, man.
Kidnap yourself, man.
But that's one of the funny things about the dude. If you notice, almost all of his thoughts are not original. It's something he's seen or heard somebody else say. Like later when he's talking with the Big Lebowski, he repeats George Bush about this aggression will not stand. And then
Yeah.
later he
That's
repeats Walter saying, "No, she kidnapped herself." I mean, he never has an original thought in his head in the whole movie.
Interesting.
I never thought
Actually,
of that.
the only time he does is when he decides to take the rug.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah. Yeah.
That fucking rug. It always
The
goes
rug.
back down to that mother.
'Cause that's the only time he really
Rug.
thinks quick. Because he's like, "What did he say?" He's like, "Oh yeah, just take any rug in the place, man."
Yep.
Smart
Matt-
thinking. Yep.
Imagine that. There's $20,000, but there's a rug. There's a rug, and that's all that matters. And then they realize the tragedy that their
Sadly,
car
this
is
is where we
gone.
lose
And
Donnie.
Yeah.
Well, you were parked in a handicapped spot.
It's just full of killer lines. It's
Dude,
great.
where's your car?
Dude, that was prophetic because I saw this movie before Dude, Where's My Car? And I know Dude, Where's My Car came out later.
I wonder
so
if that's where
thought
they got the original.
Could've
mission.
got
They had to.
I doubt
seriously.
it, but
It's just a good coincidence that then ultimately speaking that because that was just like, oh, that's perfect. Go
Yeah,
home,
that's-
Donnie.
He talks to him
Just
then.
walks
up.
That's when he talks to Donnie. He
Right
says,
there.
"I'm going
Yeah.
home," because he's talking about the phone.
Yeah.
And he
Love
tries
these
to.
cops.
I remember thinking the one cop to right. I should have thought that was Conan O'Brien. I'm like, no, that's not
It's
Conan O'Brien. But for like a
completely
quick
Conan.
glance, I'm like, hey, is that Conan O'Brien? No, it's not Conan O'Brien. They're just both gingers.
That dude played a great character in the show Boston Legal. He played the guy with Asperger's. He was always walking around and had the wooden
Oh.
cigarette that he was always chewing on.
That's
Oh, yeah.
right. I remember him. Yeah. Yeah.
Ginger Man. The ginger.
The guy on the right.
Yeah, the guy on the right.
Okay. I was making sure.
I hope we
Cool.
get that Credence tape back too.
yeah,
I wouldn't hold out much hope for the Credence.
I love how everybody avoided saying, "What, the black guy?"
Yeah, I was like,
Nobody wanted to say it. The guy on the right?
or saying the white guy.
That reminds me of
was
I
off
wonder
the
what
stall.
book he's got next to him there because I'm really curious what the dude would be reading.
incidents. The rug was also stolen.
See that? There's a book right there.
He looks like he wants to scratch his
Oh, yeah.
balls.
Yeah.
He's in that angle,
Yeah,
like the
make
scratch
out
my
what it
balls angle.
I'll have to pull out my 4K and see if I can see what it is. I love how the cop there, he's sitting there digging through the fucking pot and shit. And he's like,
Yeah.
Trying to find evidence. Yeah. But like the way the Coen, the way they wrote this character, it's just like every line when you look at it, it's just like so hysterical. He's just so into that character. I mean, it's just every line is just so laid back. Even he's got the cops in there. He's not even upset. He's like, he just lost $1 million. He's like, do you think they can get my Credence tape back?
Please tell me we get some Mad Mardigan here.
Yes, you do.
Oh,
Sweet.
we get some mad here. We get some.
Some of this
toxicity
I
for
didn't.
the
I didn't. I
chat.
didn't. I gave myself less work, so I only clipped a few of them. But yeah, I didn't get her swinging in here. But
Mhm.
The Porky's
full
Mad
frontal
Mardigans
Juliet.
were
The Mad Mardigan Porky's ones were iconic. Seriously,
that was
like,
awesome.
that was just glory
They were
to
the wrong way
see.
around sometimes, so they should have been the back of his head. He should have been facing the things he was covering.
Ah, no, Mad wouldn't want that unless it's like the guys in Top Gun. It's got then he'll have his head buried in there. He'll go for that dong. God, what is up? Well, it's again. This looks like the goth, like a total goth rave industrial setup of '98 with a earlier wave feminist, I guess, second or third, whatever you want to call it. One where she's not feminazi style, but she's got the
No,
rug.
these were the fun ones.
The more top, they're the survivable ones. Yes, survivable ones.
Strongly vaginal.
Bothers some men, yeah.
The word
It's hysterical in this movie. Yeah.
I laughed when I saw these words. I'm like, for JJ. Dong. Hey. It's just like, yeah, when you say stuff like that, it makes us want to say those words more. Like because she's trying to do the whole mature thing, and I'm just like, bro. Or his Rod, or his Johnson.
The dude's like, Johnson?
He steals another one of his lines from her. Later, he's like, you mean coitus? After she says it here. But this is where they start setting up one of the longest jokes in the movie with her giving him the card to go see the doctor because he got when they stole the rug. And she mentions it like every time she sees him. And then we get the payoff later.
Yeah.
Which is weird because even though they may not be related, they still have the same last name. I'm just going to say it.
Yeah.
Kind of like Kyle's parents.
Well, there's no
Only
ancestral
they were
DNA back then,
actually
right?
married. Or they actually
Just
were
talking
related.
about my rug.
You're not interested in sex now.
Which rug are we talking
Want
about?
my rug?
You mean coitus?
See, look at he passes up thousands to millions of dollars and sex with this lady, and it still comes down the road. That's dedication, man. Like, you want to talk about a commitment to getting a rug? He passes the women, he passes the money. Like, all those rappers out there who use that statement, "Fuck bitches, get money," be very disappointed in the dude. But the dude wouldn't care because the rug is law. The rug is number one. And 70s, what the fuck?
Oh, I forgot I had that on from Mad's show the other day. So the masculism, you've got feminism. This is the masculism symbol.
Wow.
For some reason, I feel like there should be a penis in that hand.
Yeah.
Carl Hungus.
Oh my god.
There you go.
Maybe
Actually, I
Log
got
jam.
I've got a better one. There's a better one, but never mind.
Log jamming sounds shitty. Like,
This is a better
hello.
one. There you go.
Toxic shot.
Where's
Hello,
the money, Lebowski?
Nihilists.
I was told there's something wrong with Uncable. That's why they sent me. I am expert.
Oh, here we go.
They
Darius
have
said it best.
electronic music as their theme. That's,
Fuck bitches. Fuck
Ich
money.
bin
Get
expert.
rug. Get rug.
Get rug.
Oh, that's good. Seriously, that's an opportunity right there for, like, I'm just saying, hey, Bridges. I almost just said Jeff Daniels. Fuckadoo. I meant to say Bridges.
Jeff Bridges.
Yes, I know.
Jeff Daniels almost could have played this part, though. Like, if there was
I
an
could see him doing
alternative.
it.
Possibly.
Like, he's one of the only other guys I could really think of, maybe.
Has he had a beard though? Have you seen him with a beard, Jeff Daniels?
Yeah.
See, I
think so.
feel like that beard, like, obviously we've seen long hair, but that long hair is hard to tell because he is made to look like basically like a retard in Dumb and Dumber. So it's not like long traditional long man's hair.
I'm pretty sure he's had a beard at least once or twice.
All right, chat. It's up to you. Be our
But yeah,
Captain
outside
Planet.
of that, I can't really think anybody else who could have probably pulled this off besides Bridges. Yeah.
And I think, and I'm going to go into purist mode because Bridges just absolutely embodies this role. I'm happy with this movie as
Oh,
is.
yeah.
I really am.
Oh yeah.
I'm just
I would never ever want to change that. No.
I
I'm
wouldn't
glad
have
there's
liked
no
it as
sequel,
much,
too.
but Sean Penn doing his surfer bum might have done it from Fast Times, wasn't it? Yeah.
good movie. Fast
Problem at
Times,
this
but
point is I think Sean was way too political to.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't have
Separate
liked
himself.
it, but I think he could
Well,
have
no,
been.
I think he would have brought that to
Lummy.
the character. Is my point.
Yeah.
Toxic. Jeff
Like I
Daniels,
could have
you are
seen him
hot.
like going up against like trying to like be a bit more counter to John Goodman's character on purpose, to where like Jeff Bridges' version just doesn't give a shit about You know, like,
Yeah.
Oh, hey, look.
see, and I can see like Sean Penn making some argument like, well, he's like a hippie, so he should have some kind of liberal leaning. And since John Goodman's character is obviously conservative, I could see them not getting along in that reason. You know, he'd pull that whole bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Instead of
you
Bush,
know
can we
he
have
would.
Castro on the TV?
Oh, this is one of my favorite lines in the movie. So interrupt. Hey, careful, man. There's a beverage here.
Yeah.
Like that's.
I'm
Like,
amazed that most of that drink actually maintains. Like, even though it just got thrown into the car with that nearly full glass in hand, like it was like 8% filled. Drink lives, man. That's it. Once again, but so okay, it's fuck bitches, fuck money, get rug, get Russians or white Russians, in this case.
Yep.
Yep, that's what the dude abides by. The rug and the Russians, the two R's in life. The two R's.
Doesn't
Rugged
care about
Russian.
anything else. Yep.
Yeah, rugged Russian or rugged Russian.
And
And
Nick,
that-
when you find out where he worked, did you get kind of mad when they described his work as a roadie for Metallica? Did that piss you off?
You know, at the time when I had first heard that line many moons back, it was right. I think I could be wrong here. So I think I discovered this right around the time when Metallica had put out that horrifying Saint Anger album. So it
you
just
didn't-
made
you
it
didn't
like
mind as much, yeah.
I was just like, oh, okay, well they put out Saint Anger, so I will just make fun of them for that for as long as they live. So yeah, I was just like, damn it, he just had to mention Metallica. He just had to
Had to do
freaking
it, yeah.
do that. I was like, it could have been Megadeth. I was being that guy because Megadeth who name dropped in Wayne's World. Come on, they're also mentioned on X-Files too. When I think it was the Amish episode, and Mulder's like, he's like, I think someone here has been listening to a little bit too much Megadeth here around here. Yeah, I think it was the Amish episode. I think I could be wrong, but it was definitely on season 2. That's for sure. All right, hold on, guys. I'll be right back. Go ahead and carry the conversation.
Brandt actually looks like he could be the son of Lebowski. I know he's the butler or whatever he's supposed to be, but I mean they look like they could be father son.
Yeah, and that is a theory, isn't it?
It is one of the fan theories.
Well,
Yeah.
they have the same round glasses.
Same jowls.
It could be, yeah, it could be.
That's true. Yeah, they do
Yeah,
look. Yeah,
yeah,
could
there's a
look
certain-
alike. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And then the poor girl. Then you find out later it's the poor, the girlfriend of the
That's the
nihilist. It's like,
Yeah.
and then when she's in the car and you're looking down at her feet, you're gonna like, oh, I'm waiting to see the missing toe.
Yep.
And then
Well,
you
the
find out
other-
later.
The other major fan theory is that Lebowski is Lebowski's illegitimate son, and that's why he's unemployed and yet still able to, do things, is because there was a trust fund set up,
Yeah.
and the mother's dead or whatever, and that's why he's also so pissed off that he's such a loser.
There's that, and I think the
Oh,
Coens
the
once
best scene
said-
in the movie.
The Coens once said in an early
Oh, the
draft
toe?
that
You want a toe, dude? I can get you a toe.
they said
I'll
that
get you a toe by 3:00.
the dude's income was that he was the heir to the Rubik's Cube fortune. It was an
Yeah.
early
It's
draft.
okay, guys.
Yeah.
I'm staying. I'm not leaving.
the
I'm
movie
staying.
ended. It's over.
I'm
dude.
enjoying
We're
my
doing-
coffee
back.
Where were you?
I can get you a toe by 3 o'clock.
with nail polish.
Walter's just so
Looks at his
batshit
watch.
crazy. It's
I
just
This
like-
isn't a First Amendment thing, man.
I love
Victimless
Walter.
crimes.
What about the toe?
Brian Barth, he lost weight and then
He
some.
lost a lot. Yep.
Yeah,
He's
he
looking,
lost a lot.
Very
of weight.
slim now. Yep. God
Yeah.
bless
Yeah,
him. Yep.
he had alcohol issues for a while too, so he cleaned up his image.
You know who else did that real
Who?
good? Ethan Suplee, the guy who was in Mallrats that was looking at the boat, and he was
Oh,
also
yeah,
in
he did.
My
He was
Name
on-
is Earl.
he's
He's
on
like a
Timcast.
bodybuilder now.
He was
He's
on
in the dog-
Timcast
he's in
about a
the-
year
the-
ago.
He's in
Okay.
that movie, The Dog, with recently it was out with what's his name? Anyway, yeah, he's ripped. He's like, whoa.
Yeah, he's like a bodybuilder now.
Yeah,
It's
like
crazy.
Joe Piscopo
Hemsworth,
ripped, or like Steve Gutenberg ripped.
Um,
Joe
somebody
Piscopo's
ripped
still
ripped.
selling stuff on TV. The what is it? That pain stuff or whatever. Yep. He's got
I'm
that
finishing my
hair
coffee.
that's dyed black. It's he looks so bad. Yeah.
I noticed Steve Gutenberg stopped working out so heavy, so he's getting TV parts now.
The amphibious rodent. Here
Song of the
comes.
Whale.
Oh,
Ultimate relaxation.
Far out, man.
The dude is not in.
I can't do whale sounds.
And now, of course, pot is legal pretty much everywhere now too. So that they never talk about him, smoking pot. It's just he's always got pot and God.
Oh Jesus!
I wonder
Always
what the dude would do now.
the fucking.
But he's always smoking a roach down with the tweezers.
The last
Oh
bit,
shit!
yeah.
It's the nihilists.
And now more people break into his place again. Like
This is a private residence, man.
Hey man, it's private here.
Oh
And then
God,
the ferret.
dude! I thought that ferret was gonna bite his balls off. I was like, once again, as I've said many times, every time like something happens to another like dude in the nuts or gets kicked in the nuts, our dudes kind of get that mental image of the head, like, oh, that's gotta hurt type of thing. And I see him like, I'm just like, fuck, don't bite his nuts off, don't bite his nuts off, don't bite his nuts off. And I thought he would. I thought he was gonna lose his nuts. I thought it was gonna be a thing.
Who was a stunt double in that scene? Shit.
Who was the ferret
They-
stunt double?
They dropped the
Ferret.
ferret in and then immediately pulled it out and then threw in a rubber ferret.
Someone who was actually stunning and brave. I was gonna say.
Those rubber ferrets are
Yeah.
vicious, though.
We want.
That's
some
why he's
money.
kicking around so much to make it look like it's moving around.
Well, you
Well,
sold me because I kind of freaked out when I saw the scene way back when.
Gopher from Caddyshack is in there too. No.
Cut off you, Johnson.
Don't worry, he's all right.
Yeah.
That-
Yeah, and then he's dreaming of losing his Johnson. With all the people
No
with the
more funny
scissors
stuff.
later.
It's the word of the movie, Johnson.
We stomp on it and squish it.
Squeeze it.
So those
You
are
have
two
to say
words.
it in his voice. Squeeze it.
And they're
Dude and
trashing like a
Johnson.
$10 stereo back then.
All right. Okay. Now let's look at this car. I'm trying to think of Tommy Boy's car versus the dude's car. I mean, his car, obviously, we find the eighth grader homework. We see it's really nasty. Like, he finds a bunch of weird, like, useless stuff in there. No dirty underwear, though. No dirty underwear.
Yeah, we got a whole team of detectives working on it.
Oh, yeah.
They're working around the clock, or they're working in shifts.
He just didn't give a fuck. He's like, oh, damn, this guy doesn't give a fuck about my car. Come on, man. Car.
Leads?
Lead
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, how's the dude pay for gas? Pay for his apartment? Yeah, that's true. Maybe he is got
Well,
some
that's what the
Rubik's Cube
Coens
money.
said they'd
Yeah,
written in the original script, but they decided to cut it and just make it a mystery.
yeah.
He has no means of support.
Oh, Rob Alta said it's a 73 Gran Torino.
It's a Fran Torino. That's a very
Fran
different
Torino.
model.
That's related to the Clint Eastwood car, right?
Fran
Yeah,
Torino.
That's
That's
a
what-
that's
that's the
gonna
car
say
that
that's a great movie.
Eastwood's mom Fran drives, the Fran Torino. Yep.
Oh,
This is-
No,
Come on,
dude,
Tommy,
the iconic
threatening
scene.
castration. Yeah.
speaks to Donnie.
Dude, here it is. I'm just waiting now.
Say what you
Something
want about the tenets of National Socialism. At least that's an ethos, dude.
That's right. Nihilist.
Nihilists.
They have nothing. They're just nothing.
That's funny.
I used to walk around saying that line to everybody back in high school. Say what you want about the tenets of National Socialism. At least it's an ethos.
And how many of them got it?
None.
One's
None that
Nazi.
hadn't seen it.
One's a Nazi.
I need
What?
my Funkin' Johnson.
What do you need that for, dude?
Cannot track this negative energy to the door.
And then they go right back to the golf bowling, right? It's like, yeah.
Another cookie.
But then our hero shows up. Well, at least
The
one of our
stranger.
heroes. And they
Yeah.
just
Is he
they-
real or is he imaginary? That's the big question.
okay. Let's see if we actually see it like the lips, the mouth up there. Like if they're saying doing his overdubs is easy because of the mustache. We kind of. It kind of reminds me of like Mike Muir from Suicidal Tendencies when he has his hat and bandana over his eyes. You can barely see Mike Muir's eyes. That's how Sam Elliott is with his mustache. You can barely see his lips. You just see nothing but stash.
Is that some kind of Eastern saying?
I think it's
Sometimes
that,
you get the bar, and sometimes the bar gets you.
What's a bar?
Oh,
have it your way, dude.
Sam, what Tombstone, obviously. I actually liked him as the original Thunderbolt Ross and Eric Bana's Hulk, even though like obviously that movie itself wasn't great. I thought he was well casted.
Yeah, he's good, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I like
with
the idea of him as Thunderbolt Ross.
With William Hurt dying, I suggested that would be a great way to go, is to bring him back in.
Oh yeah, that's a great way to bring him back because I actually enjoyed William Hurt equally as much, and that's saying a lot because you're following Sam Elliott. Like, not many people could just like do that. And Hurt was great. He's very effective. He made you want to hate him, which is what he's supposed to do with that character. Man, that is a great idea, dude. Bring back Elliott. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
What's he doing nowadays?
Getting yelled at by woke people.
Well, he just finished The Ranch a couple years ago.
Yeah, The Ranch.
Bunch of bullshit.
1883.
1883, just last season.
Yellowstone, yeah.
But in reality, he
Big
just
River.
got yelled at by a bunch of woke people over his statements about power of the dog.
And he apologized yesterday.
I couldn't believe that. That was such a letdown.
Yep.
Come on.
I have never liked this dude in any movie I have ever seen him in. The dude that's giggling the whole time, Uli. He was in Dragonheart. He was like the prince or whatever, or the king. You're with Sean Connery and Dennis Quaid.
Dennis Quaid. I'm trying to think. Like he just doesn't really strike out to me as like someone like, oh hey, this guy's great or this guy sucks. Like I just forget about him.
His craft work.
I guess he's just unmemorable. I guess that's worse than sucking.
Yeah.
Like when you're just not memorable at all. Like at least when like, oh yeah, that guy sucked. But this is like, oh, who's Uli?
He's just always the jerk that nobody actually likes.
Yeah, I can see why. He's so forgettable. He's just not necessary, man. I mean, I'll take his coat.
I think he's supposed to signify that obligatory.
Oh, that's David Thewlis, yeah.
I gotta get John Waters' mustache there.
I was gonna. Well, there's a reason I was just gonna get to that. I was like, I think he's supposed to signify that obligatory gay friend that the feminists each had at the time, and not only that, he's paying homage to John Waters. I was gonna say, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
There's Thewlis turns up in Fargo, the TV show.
I like when dude walks in and he's like, Uli's like, would you like a drink? And he's like, yeah, White Russian. And he's like, the bar's over there.
Go get it yourself. Yep.
And
No, he hit me in the jaw. He hit me here.
Why would she want to have a kid with the dude? I mean,
yeah.
She says it because he'll have absolutely no responsibility and won't care at all to be a part of the child's life.
Yeah. That's a pretty dangerous pick, though, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. And then,
as we said before, with the same last name.
Yeah, but he goes crazy. Yeah, he goes crazy, and then she has that line. You're right. Yeah, it's like I don't want to have anything to do with the dad, and he's like, well, okay,
increasing the chances of conception.
Well, they could have a sequel with the son of the dude right now. I'm glad they didn't make a sequel to this because most of the time they screw up sequels. So
I'm just trying to think. How does it continue? Like, what else do you do with the dude? Like, this was all it was about was him getting his rug and a few extra bucks, and obviously uncovering this whole like unique story that was going on. That once it takes a few watches.
You want to be honest about it? Like, I'm sure the Coens wouldn't want anything to do with it, but I think there could be a story to be told about. I mean, especially since it's been 20 some years. And the dude's kid would have been raised by what's-her-face. So, like, he would be this snooty rich kid.
Yeah.
So, like, the dude would have to be dealing... Like, let's say, okay, she gets sick and dies or something like that. So then he becomes, like, responsible for the kid or whatever and all that kind of shit. And like, you know, and just like, you know, or just starts to become a part of his life or whatever. And it's just kind of this whole growing experience for the dude to become a dad and the kid to loosen up and not be such a snooty hoity-toity little shithead. But yeah, it kind of would get into that typical comedy territory, so it wouldn't feel like a real sequel. That's the problem.
Dude Jr.
Son
of the Lebowski.
It's sitcom.
Dude Jr. Dude Jr.
Yeah, I don't think they'd ever want to do
I
it.
don't think the Coens have ever done a sequel. I'm aware of.
Not that I know of. Yeah. Not that I know of. I don't think they ever had. Like, they didn't even want to. They didn't condone the Jesus sequel thing.
No, they didn't.
Well, are they involved in the Fargo series?
They are involved as executive producers.
But I think that's just because they had created it originally.
Yeah,
though.
they didn't. They just executive produced
And
it.
it's hard to call that really a sequel. It's just related.
Yeah, it has
Right. It's very
Spinoff. Would spinoff be more appropriate?
It's kind of like a retelling in its own thing in its own way.
Only the first season really refers to the movie at all. I think the rest are pretty.
I can't remember. Does it pick up like the movie happened, or does it retell the movie? I
It
can't
reveals
remember.
what happened to the cash and that was left by the roadside. It reveals what happened to
the
that.
money.
Yeah, it tells you what happens to the money.
Yep.
Okay, that's right. So it does pick up right where the movie
it has
was.
a couple of connections. Like the money is one big one, but the
How
rest
the
of
money
shows
got there, all that shit. It's really
what happened to
neat how they connected everything.
Well, I've heard it's really good. I've just never gotten down to watching it.
Up until the last season, it was good. The last one wasn't that great, but the other ones, the one with Billy Bob Thornton, and it was fantastic. That was just, that was brilliant.
The only one I thought was weak was the one with Ewan McGregor. The mobster one didn't bother me. That Kansas City shit. I enjoyed that better than the previous season with Ewan.
Yeah.
I love his performance thing.
Yeah, where the fuck are they? What the hell is this? It's like
that's his landlord at the beginning of the movie when he comes to ask for rent. Yeah, he's like, "Dude, my show's on Friday. Can you make it?" And he's like, "Yeah."
He got the venue he wanted. Yeah, and it's literally just the dude, him, and
this is Coens, though. It's very
interpretive dance,
Spartan Pink or something. It's just the weird shit happening.
And just another red shirt
for no reason. Weird shit.
Just another red shirt pointed out the guy who plays Uli is also in Harry Potter. He's the werewolf professor guy.
Yep. Professor Lupin. Yeah.
All right.
I hate that this movie constantly talks about burgers, and I still
In-N-Out.
I've had In-N-Out. It's pretty good, but I want to try Whataburger.
Whataburger's the best.
I hear it's as far as like the fast food joints, I hear it's the best one of the bunch. So
and they're huge. We just got our first Whataburger about a month and a half ago in Colorado.
You're still eating it now.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you bought your first one.
Nick, you ever make a quad burger at home just for the hell of it? Right? I can imagine Nick doing.
How many patties is
Four,
it? Five patties?
4 patties.
I got a great story about a Wendy's accident that happened when I was a sophomore year. So I asked for a triple baconator, and they messed up my order in the best way possible. They gave me 5 patties on my burger as a baconator. I dubbed it the 5 duple, and it was really good. It was really delicious. I ate the entire thing, of course.
They lost money on that one, yeah.
Dude, that's fine because you know what? I got a 5 duple.
Glorious.
How many people can say that? Like, especially at the time, that was not much longer after I had my 66 straight days of McDonald's streak as well. I was also doing 2-liter Tuesday with Mountain Dew at school. Like I was by winning before Charlie Sheen was by winning. Like somewhere out there, Charlie Sheen was like he was the Sheen machine before the Sheen machine.
Nick's got tiger blood.
Did you say you were by willing?
Well, I had a buddy who worked at Friendly's when we were in high school. So whenever we go in there, he'd give us like a quad burger or something, something totally on the menu. Like one time, a guy's like, "What's on the menu? I want to order it." I'm like, "Does it look so good?" I'm like, "No, you got to be best friends with the manager. You're not getting that." And he charges for like small fries and like a burger or something too. We'd enter it. Those are the days before computers and inventory.
Did you guys catch that? So the guy in the Iron Lung is the guy who wrote like the series majority of the show Branded, and then later, after one of the times he gets knocked out or whatever happens to the dude, he's singing the theme song from Branded.
That's awesome. Yeah. You're into a world of pain right now.
Here it comes.
Here it comes.
This is
yeah.
what happens when you meet a stranger in the Alps.
No, this is one of my favorite scenes because you see what happens when Walter lets his shit get to him and it backfires because he thinks he's going to destroy the right car and it isn't.
No.
And
I love that Corvette. I love it. It's an 84 Corvette maybe or something like that, 85.
Jeffo, I
love
have
that
not.
car.
I've been to a Waffle House, but I have not had that yet. But one day, and the kid's
just watching.
The kid's like, "This is awesome." He's like, "Oh, it's the neighbor across the street who I hate." You know?
The kind of weird part is they never explain. Did he actually steal the car? What was the whole point of this part? I mean, they find the homework. They never get the kid to admit anything, and then it never gets tied up in any way.
Yeah, but the kid was about to crack, man.
Yeah.
Well, that's as I was reading before. Yeah, that was actually based on, someone did have their car stolen by like a 50-year-old kid, and they found the homework in it that the Coen brothers knew. So, yeah, the kid obviously sold the car for just a joyride, right? Because it's a piece of shit car. Like, who's gonna care? So, and then he opened up the briefcase, right? And there was nothing in the briefcase, right? It's just so there's no money and a piece of crap car.
And then the neighbor comes out, and
it
is just
stranger.
Yeah, that. Oh, sorry. Oh, is this right? I thought it was a neighbor.
Yeah, it's the neighbor.
Oh, yeah, it's the neighbor. Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
it's the neighbor's car.
Like,
yeah.
Man, I was gonna feel really freaking stupid. Like I had blonde moments, but I'm like, man, I've reached a new low or high in this case.
And this guy, they had to have dubbed him because there's no way he's actually saying these lines, or he's just a horrible actor. But he actually looks a little bit like Captain Lou Albano, like 20, 30 years later. The wrestler.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
How are they going to kill the car? The car's already mostly dead, right?
It's not much of it's not really a fair recompense when you compare the two cars.
Trash your car.
Somebody's getting the raw end of that deal.
I don't know if people. I don't know if I didn't hear anything about that, Bryant. I mean, then again, I've lived under a rock while somehow simultaneously watching movies in my cave, so I couldn't tell you if that was.
That's
a
the
thing.
Mandela effect at work.
Yeah.
Well, his character in Roseanne died in the
Right.
So you're like, was that like
And then
one of
came back
those?
again.
He had a character he was attached with, and then once that character is gone,
Who
everyone else
could not
stopped caring.
imagine seeing John Milius driving down the road eating a fucking Whataburger? This is such a great
With
moment.
a shotgun.
Yeah, with a shotgun.
That is so John Milius.
No windshield. They
No
did get-
windshield, slurping his tasty beverage and eating his burger.
Yeah, because Donnie kept asking about Whataburger in the bowling alley, right?
Yeah, because it's only like 2 blocks away from the address.
In and out, yeah.
I know.
In and out, yeah.
And
And now he's trying to barricade the door.
He can't even drive a nail, and he's such a fuck up. He can't even get one nail in straight. You see that? Like there's not one nail,
Not
and that's
one.
good.
Not one.
I gotta
Yes,
go back.
the car made it home. You're calling me.
There's not one nail in the whole way.
What the hell is he trying to do? Yeah.
God, that once again, that place every time it never fails. Someone's always there. Imagine that feeling, man. Like you go home and in your own home, and someone
Here we
you
go.
don't live with is just there. Come on.
But I love that. They go back to bowling again. He's sitting there screaming and yelling at him to leave him alone. And he's like, yeah, I'll be at practice.
Yeah, fuck off.
That's right, yeah.
The door opens
opens
the other
out.
direction.
I love it.
That's
That's
so funny.
hysterical.
Oh, here's our boys again. They're back. The guys who got it wrong the first time.
Woo.
Another dream sequence.
Yep.
Oh yes, I love. See, that's what I mean. Like, obviously, they're dream sequences, but the things
This
he
is a
dreams
titty
of,
scene. So, are we going to get some Mad Mardigan?
Oh, you shall be rewarded.
shall be rewarded. Oh my god!
There you go.
Yeah, nice.
There's some
We
nice
can pause
fucking
there
Mad
for a second.
Mardigans right
There's a
there.
couple of good-looking Martigans there.
Yeah.
Good
There's some
looking.
hefty Mardigans right there, my friend.
How about them apples?
Oh my god, hefty Mardigans.
Well,
All
We've
right,
got some
before-
new YouTube lingo.
We do.
Hefty Mortigans.
Hefty
Hefty.
golden ordigans. Golden ordigans. I was gonna say orbs, golden orbs, but golden ordigans. So, anyways, Christian DeLong for 801, and he has nothing. Well, I say hello to Christian DeLong. Hope you're well, sir. Cheers to you up north, up in the Canada land, where you are from the same country as 70s, who's on the panel. So, cheers to Christian DeLong.
The maple behind the maple curtain in the Canadian gulag. Canadian archipelago.
home of Justin Castro.
Justin Castro.
Okay, I'm sorry.
He should be, but
I stand corrected.
You can say it. It's okay.
No, is this paradise for you, 70s?
What, this picture, this scene.
Yes, is this paradise for you?
It is.
And he calls him dude too. He gets his name right.
Yep, and there's Ben Gazzara, man. Fuck, I'm
Gazzara.
glad he's in this movie.
God.
This is kind of the part that drags as you've watched it hundreds of times.
Yeah, this is like the least.
Oh, but I like what he dreams. I like what he dreams about. Maybe that's just me, but
Yeah, the dream sequences are great.
and
Just
also he gets to draw a dong.
yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
well, he uncovers a Scooby Doo mystery, and like that outtake from Jay and Silent Bob Strike Backs, he unveils something really something very throbbing and hard, and it's what he sees when he does that drawing thingy before he realizes he's drugged, and before you know it's another shit show yet again for the dude.
He's talking about how VHS is killing them, right? No money for production value, feelings. Yep.
VHS.
Well, that's like in what was that Mark Wahlberg movie with Burt Reynolds? Where he plays the guy.
Boogie Nights.
Boogie Nights at the
Boogie
end.
Nights, yeah.
Burt Reynolds. I'll never accept VHS. We only use film. And at the end, he's got a warehouse full of VHS.
VHS, right? I love this line.
I still jerk off manually. Oh man! So there's automatic jerking off, like if you drive stick on a car and that's manual transmission. So he has an auto jerk off. So like when he's like sleeping, he just auto jerks like choo 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 choo. Like this is me auto jerking. Man, where's Matt invested in the auto jerk? It's like
why does Bunny? Why does Bunny owe this guy money? Right? What did he like?
she made movies for him.
Fucking movies.
Movies.
Yes.
Movies.
Fucking.
Like log jamming.
Yeah.
Like log
no, but he would have to pay her to be in the movies, right? I'm trying to. Or there's other things that you get
to jam the Lincoln log.
Yeah.
Maybe she didn't live up to the full contract.
Yeah. Or she's supposed to make some movies. Yep. So I had to be careful with this one too.
Did you put Matt's face all over the dong?
Oh, please say you did.
I'll pause it.
Mark. Glorious.
I love the look in his face.
He's so confused.
What's the difference?
That's pretty.
Between an equalizer and a bowling ball? You can only fit 3 fingers in a bowling ball.
Also, you can eat a bowling ball if you have to.
What?
Not all in one go. Not all in one go.
What the fuck is going on? Like we're looking at Matt's face on a dong, and all of a sudden you guys are like saying a bunch of shit I don't understand in some other foreign language. I'm lost for words. Lost for words, guys. Hey, no problemo, man. Dude, I want that shirt, that long sleeve. I want to wear that. Yeah. That way the next meetup happens, I wear some ridiculous attire like this. I go there in pajama pants and some weird looking. Do you call that a shirt? His long sleeve? I don't know.
The sweater?
sweater.
It's a
Yeah.
sweater, yeah. Sweater jacket.
Okay.
Looks like
sweater.
something my grandmother would wear.
It does. But
Or knit, yeah. And my grandmother would knit stuff like that all the time, yeah.
One
And
of
then
the
he had
shirts
to
he
wear-
wears in this is actually from the Fisher King. It's the same shirt that he wears in the Fisher King at some point.
God, how many White Russians do you have in this movie? Like 15 of them?
As
Maybe
many as I've
more.
had tonight.
We should be drinking them right now, yep.
Yes, if you got them, folks, drink them. I'm not drinking tonight, but if you got them, drink it up now. He just wanted his car. All the dude ever wanted was his rug back.
Rug back.
Ooh.
Even the
this
line
one.
that tied the room together came from Walter, not from the
Dude,
dude.
Undertaker eyes. Jeff Bridges totally did Undertaker eyes for a second. Right
you
there. Yeah.
Put
Definitely.
Culture's mug.
Yeah, face for Culture's mug on the Jeff Bridges in this classic. I like it. Oh my god. I see. I'm not a White Russian type of guy. Like I'm just like Brahma Bull. Like I'm more of a whiskey guy. Like I'll have the occasional beer too. Like, and that's fine and dandy. But mostly, I'm a whiskey man. Like I love Knob Creek. So like it's like just delicious, man.
That's what we've heard.
Yeah.
Oh, trust me. Oh, you what you heard was true. You heard
He loves the knob.
He does.
Oh,
in a creek.
I was gonna say it's gotta be in a creek with a bunch of gentlemen named Jack.
Yeah.
I have. You gave me an opportunity, and then a young Jim Beam shows up, and oh man, it just gets really spicy. Oh my god, yeah.
This is
See,
one
I
of the best
like
scenes
it.
in the movie.
I
yeah.
actually like this scene. Like I know
love
you
this,
guys were
yeah.
mentioning earlier that like it starts to like kind of drag down a little, but I actually really enjoy this scene. I really did.
No, this is fine. It's just the
This
whole Jackie
part's great,
Treehorn
yeah,
scene is just kind of like 5 to 10 minutes of okay.
Yeah, it's the slowest bit of the movie. Exactly.
It is.
If I do fall asleep
So-
watching it, that's where I will fall asleep.
Isn't this an early Kenny Rogers song? I
Yes.
just dropped in to see
Yes.
what condition my condition was in. Nobody would ever know that these days.
And now it's Saddam Hussein cleaning the shoes because he saw Saddam Hussein earlier on the TV.
That's right. Yeah.
Damn it, News. You were evil then, and you're still evil now. Only more so. God damn it, Saddam. Like I couldn't have watched this in 98 and think, man, just in 6 years from now, this dude's gonna be dead. Saddam Hussein. He's gonna be gone, man. He's gonna be gone, man. I need him gone. What part?
And then years later, we'd get his kids.
Oh God. Don't.
Those were some
unless-
nasty pictures.
No. Oh God. Yeah, we're not gonna go down that rabbit hole, but you'll have to tell me. You'll have to definitely want to discuss on Gilded about that. And also, guys, on the chat, I know a lot of you are ungilded, as you should be. Thank you, by the way. This has been like a Discord alternative, except it works just as well, if not even better, in my opinion, and one that I gladly stand by. Please consider joining me on there. We talk a lot. Like I'm not around for half the conversations, but you guys are all chatting amongst each other. It's wonderful. It's great. It's huge. And I might hang out with a few people Thursday morning if they're around, just to see what's going on with the whole Depp versus Heard case and do our own version of EFAP on Gilded. Accept that. So we'll EFAP on Gilded. Gilded exclusive, basically. Not gilding, gilded. Like right here, Tiki of Doom.
Gilded, that would be a different thing entirely.
I've got to point out, even in his dreams, he appropriates other people's stuff because now he's dressed as the guy from Log Jammin'.
Yeah.
All roads lead back to Log Jammin'.
Yep.
All roads.
Which kind of makes the dude us. We are the dude because we're absorbing everything that's on the screen too.
Once again,
He
that
is us.
vicariousness. We're living through his experiences.
We
Like
are,
he's seeing
exactly.
bowling pins on these ladies' heads. Like, dude. And he's look at this outfit.
It's the same repairman outfit that Carl Hungus was wearing.
He's all dressed up.
man. No, dude, and pins on their head, like you could swear this man was taking drugs. You could swear he's taking the drugs. Nope, he's just taking a beating. That's all. The beating. Oh my god, what it'll all look like a bunch of weird hands with like 30 fingers on each hand. Ugh. Ugh.
And we're about to get to where the original movie poster came from, where he's like standing with Julianne Moore, and she's in front of him in this outfit. That was the original movie poster.
It's
coming up.
Yeah, with Broomhilda, right? Yeah.
Yep, coming up right here, where he's like throwing the ball and got his arm around her. Yeah.
Hold on, is this for serious? Or is Darius Munchausen just joking?
Oh, he's joking.
Well,
No, they drugged him. Yeah, in his drink, he passes out after he has the drink.
Yeah,
it means not literally. It was because the actor is not drugged. That's
what I meant about the actor. See, that's the way I took it. Was the actor actually? I'm like, bro.
It's the character that was drugged.
Okay.
I know
the character got drugged for this one. The first one is a punch. This one, he actually gets drugged at Jackie Treehorn's place. Yeah.
No, I definitely knew it was a specific sequence, of being drugged, but shit, you had me think it happened in real life. Darius Munchausen, you had me. You had me.
Gotcha.
Fuckery, fuckadoo.
Very cautious.
This would be a heavenly trip down a bowling lane.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
This is a very, very cautious Mad Mardigan tale right here. Fuck. No, it's all about the Big Lebowski outfits. We don't need to see these dresses. It's all about what the dude is wearing. The dude's
I love the rotation here.
Watch his eyes. Watch it when he rotates upwards and is looking up. They like light up. It's great.
Yeah.
Now I know what I could be capable of if I just have his experience, seeing things from the other end.
You can
levitate.
It's not a bad thing.
Damn it. I love this movie. Seriously.
I like how well they did this, that his hair is even dangling.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, were they using, a green screen equivalent when they're filming this in 97 then? What were Tom, do you know what they were using to make a scene like this back then? Or is it all practical?
Mostly practical. He's probably just on like a track of some kind.
That's a trolley or something.
Yeah, they probably have him on a cart.
Man, it looks damn good.
Well, right there, you can see above his head, there was a wire pulling him. So,
yeah.
And that one last shot before the last two here, yeah.
He's probably laying on like the kind of cart that they use in, working on cars in a mechanic shop, just under his butt for most of it and pulling him along.
Yeah, I could almost have seen William Hurt doing bits of this. When you talked to William Hurt earlier, if you remember him in "I Love You to Death," when he played a real stoner, he could have just about done that. Not all. I don't think he would have been as good, but he could have had a go at it.
Him and Keanu were great in that.
Oh, awesome! You never know it was William Hurt half the time.
In which movie?
"I Love You to Death." It was
Kevin Kline movie.
He's hired. They're hired by Tracy Ullman to kill Kevin Kline. Her husband was based in a real story.
Based on a true story where he survived.
Yeah,
they fell in more love.
Stoners played by William Hurt and Kevin Kline to kill her husband, and they repeatedly attempt it without success.
Damn it! Do not be showing scissors. Why?
There's Carl Hungus.
That's the thing I don't need. Is
the scissors. Yeah, this is giving me nightmares.
It gives me, right?
Snip.
But you had the ferret, and now you got the scissors. This is not what I need to see when there's balls involved.
They told him they'll cut off his Johnson.
I know.
It's a pretty nihilistic thing to do.
I know.
It is. Right? They don't care.
What do you want with the? What do you want with that? With a scrotum so bad that you had to just. I had to cut this off. Like, I can't imagine this.
This is a really good closet scene.
They don't want
where he's running on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in slow motion while everybody else is moving normal speed there for a minute.
Yeah, it's like a nightmare. Yeah, they're gonna get me.
Oh,
And I think this is where he's singing the
It
theme song from Branded.
It's branded.
Branded?
The TV.
It was an
series.
actual show.
Oh, see,
Chuck Connors.
I never watched Branded.
I love
Not a
that.
charge
show.
was true.
Was
And
it
they
on
say
like
he ran
Nick at
away.
Night? Was that
Branded.
Was it on Nick at Night or something? Or when Nick at Night was relevant? Or
No, it's on the Western Channel though.
Western Channel. Is that via Roku?
You can get it on Roku. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess Cowabunga it is then.
Yeah, this is a cop is a total. I was like, this is your only idea.
Ralph.
Definitely Lebowski. Only form of ID.
Imagine being the dude, and that's what you're showing for a form of identification. Matt's face on a dong, and then Ralph's card.
And what's funny is too, he asked for William Kunstler, Ron Kuby, and they had a radio show in the morning. So Kunstler and Kuby were uber liberals, defense attorneys. But that's funny. He's asking for two really famous attorneys to get him off.
Yeah.
Ron Kuby. Yeah. So and the cop beats the crap out of him.
Treehorn? Who's a treehorn? What's a treehorn? Sorry, I had to take that Simpsons line from Greenhorn. The one where he competed against the trucker to see if he can out-eat him, and the trucker wins by a landslide.
Get ready for another great moment, Nick.
All right. I'm ready. I don't like your jerk-off behavior. Man, what a dick.
It's his response, the responses to each other that's fucking hilarious here.
Yeah.
Do I make myself clear? Sorry, I wasn't listening. Get ready for it right here. Oh,
he throws the coffee.
Fucking
he hits him with the coffee cup.
Right in the face.
Fascist. Fascist, yeah.
He's got a point.
No, for a dude who's practically a bum, the dude can take a beating.
Yeah, and he knocks him over.
Like, how?
It's because he's so relaxed.
He's a big boy.
He doesn't lean into it.
Stay out of Malibu, yeah.
He just looks puzzled.
We all know
Why?
Malibu is the epicenter of this kind of police activity.
And then we've got the black
I was sleeping.
the black cab driver listening to the Eagles.
Did you change the channel?
Did he accuse him, or I think he accused him of requesting it? Like, you wanted this type of thing? If I remember, the black driver was like this, that, hey, you wanted this. And right away he pulls over because obviously he's not there.
He's
to take
offended,
shit at
man.
all. Yeah.
I want to
Love
ask
Eagle.
a question for anybody that knows Dork Knight. When he's in the back of the cab, does he not sound like Dork Knight?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Come on, man. I'm having a bad night.
I have to listen to Eagles on top of that, yeah.
Man.
I hate the Eagles.
Yeah.
How is he going to pay for the cab, right? Yeah.
And there goes Bunny driving by
Bunny.
him.
Yeah. Then they show her toes, right? Yeah.
Yep, all of her toes are there.
Do you guys hate the Eagles?
Viva Las Vegas. Yeah. And
Yeah,
you're looking
hold
like,
up,
she's
wait
going to
for
be
it.
missing it. She's like, she's going to be, how did I get it? She's like,
But even
well, she's got a,
the weird thing is, if you look at her little
kinda
toe,
blacked
it
out,
does
though.
look like it's cut off because she doesn't have a nail painted on her little toes.
yeah, it's kind of,
not.
There's no nail there on
I
either
think
toe.
the tip of the toe is taken off.
Yeah, that's what it
Fuck.
looks like.
they
That
trash
place
this
is
place.
I
The
know,
bowling
right?
Wasn't trashy already.
They put the bowling ball through the TV.
They
His
smartened it up,
13-inch black and white TV.
It's an
It's
improvement,
not what
really.
the- and then
So-
he trips on
And he
the,
trips
Again.
over the thing he nailed down.
Seriously, that place is,
God.
that place should be abandoned and boarded up. You look at there like, wow, this place is a walking fire hazard. Seriously, and the dude's just whatever. Like, it's a good thing there wasn't like a Frank Grimes equivalent that the dude dealt with that Frank Grimes, it would have not worked out. Let's just say that. I was assuming you guys know what I'm talking about from old Simpsons.
Yeah, Frank Grimes.
Yeah. Oh my god,
The one that
character
was the nicest guy, and then at the end he blows up because Homer has turned him completely insane. That was one of my favorite lines in the movie, and nobody thinks it's funny that I've ever talked to. He's like, "You remember the Seattle 7? Yeah, that was me."
Yeah. And six other guys.
That's right,
Yes.
just him.
And then there were 6 other guys.
Well, there were 6 other guys, but he's like, he starts off by saying, "You remember the Seattle 7? That was me." And 6 other guys.
He's so proud of all these radical groups no one's ever heard of or cares about.
The Seattle 7 was a real thing, though.
Yeah, it was real, yeah.
Well, yeah, but they're not exactly right up there, you know.
No, but I mean, the fact that he's like, the 7 were me, and then he has to admit, and 6 other guys, like it was all him.
Yeah.
So does this mean she used him?
Yeah,
she used
she
him. Yeah,
raped
very
him.
toxic. Very toxic.
Man, she's a very toxic lady. Like
She's using him for his sperm.
I know, I would be
she's
disgusted.
using him for his man goo, and he's just like he's not doing anything about it. Man goo and all.
It's just what we men have
I
to
love
go
how
through.
she's
It's
laying in the bed and
ridiculous.
raising her legs up in her ovaries to help it drain. Look at her; she's rocking back and forth.
To increase the chance of conception.
Right.
And that's he keeps the drink safe at all times. And at that time, he spits it out. Increase?
He smells the milk too, half and half, right? He always checks the
He
milk
loves the
first.
smell,
Yep.
yeah.
And there's a
Now I
lot
want
of
to
ins
point
and
out
outs
the
of it.
issue he had with that when he was smoking that roach.
Yeah.
We had something happen like that when I was a paramedic up in Seattle. Dude went to work and started having trouble breathing. We ended up showing up and he had a collapsed lung. And I had to poke a hole in him to reinflate his lung.
Ouch.
And took him in for x-rays. And he couldn't figure out what happened to his joint, his roach. Found out he had inhaled it into his lung and it burnt his lung.
Oh, God.
Oh.
That's why it collapsed.
Oh.
Wow.
Roaches are dangerous, man. The toe
And this
gun.
is where he figures out the reason that she kept asking him to go to the doctor and why they had him drop his drawers to see if he was fertile.
Fertility was strong with this one.
That's a long played joke. I mean, that's like 45 minutes ago movie time.
Yep. Yep.
Fuck. Now, would you, Brahma? Would you do crazy feminist lady? Would you? Would you not?
I don't know, Nick. Does the carpet match the drapes?
Bro.
Yeah, I saw that. You didn't know what carpet matching the drapes meant. But yeah, redheads will do it for you every now and then, just not Jen Psaki.
No.
That's a real erection killer, that one.
Yeah.
Dad, man, I've been thinking about doing a show where I just tell up all the fucked up stories I've run into in my life as a medic.
Oh shit! Hi, Dad, man. How you doing? Hopefully, you and Mrs. Danman are doing well. Nah, dude. My mind is like my mind's in like a trance right now from this fucking emergency. So don't mind me.
I had a toxic EMT story. My friend, it's pretty toxic. So, so a girl is performing oral sex on a guy, right? And
go on.
And just let's say he had braces, and she had braces, and the guy ended up getting skewered. And so my line was like, "Who made the phone call? She obviously couldn't talk."
Yeah. Had something similar when I was a kid in high school. A buddy of mine was walking funny and he told us what happened. And one of the girls, who's still a friend of mine to this day, had done that and took a chunk of his foreskin.
Yeah. So they had to.
My best friend looked at him and said, when we were at lunch, and looked over at her and says, "You got something?" True story. True story. He really did that.
Foreshadowing.
Gross.
Wow. Why? Why?
Also, I think I've told a couple of you guys about the incident with the broken penis. when I was a paramedic, and my partner and I walked in, and both of us clinched our legs together when we saw it.
Wow.
It was horrifying. It looked like a football.
Oh no!
Oh,
Gross.
The horror,
The guy,
the horror.
the guy had a priapism, which is a painful, out of control erection
angle.
because she was in a chair on top of him and bent it and snapped it. So it's
Not
just
okay.
like a
Pain.
big
Kept filling with
purple
blood.
football.
To the
Kept filling
pain.
up with blood then.
It was a horrible call. I fucking hated it.
What about the poor guy? Did they give him
I gotta
painkillers
go.
quickly?
Yeah, not much you can do for him. Not much you can do for him.
You drain
Us,
the blood out of it.
we just had to get him to the hospital, and they dealt with it there.
Amputation, I hope, was not the cure for that.
No. Oddly,
No, they just drain the blood.
Anyways,
How many viewers do we still have?
Anyway, surprisingly, most of them are still here. Thank you guys for sticking around with us through all that nastiness.
I like during that
Tuesday, right?
during that whole scene, he avoids calling her his girlfriend the whole time. He's like, "No, my special lady friend, man. I'm just helping her conceive."
There's the toe, or lack of toe.
and yes, Soul Assassin, we probably should.
What Gary, you and Matt D. Chris says, if only, man, if only a man can dream. Man can dream. But this is where you start to realize everything is all crazy. Like, this is where, like, everything's starting to piece together. Like, oh man, this is all one big shit show orchestrated. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, I remember when I first saw it, I was like, what? Is this really happening? And I need to do a few viewings of this, like, to, like, really, like, comprehend everything that was going on. But it's not like it's super, like, matrix convoluted. It was just like, I didn't see it. I actually literally did not see it coming. So I was just like, at the time, like, oh, okay. Clearly, this is a big setup. And the guys were right. They were right. They were talking about it earlier. Like, there's shit to this. And surely enough, there was shit going on attached to this, as there always is.
This is some of Walter's best lines, though.
Yeah.
3,000 years from Moses to who was it that he says?
3,000 years of beautiful tradition from
To
Moses
Sandy
to
Koufax.
Yeah.
You're damn right. I'm living in the past.
And then he's like Jesus.
The restaurant with the missing toe from the band Till Tuesday.
Oh, that's who that's from. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's funny. She and Flea are two rockers from the 80s.
Oh, deleted scenes has a response about the said crazy feminist lady. No, Julia Moore's crazy feminist lady. So basically, crazy feminist lady, maybe.
All I say is guarantee that we never have to talk again. I wouldn't kick her out of the bed.
I could steal myself, yes, if she insisted.
The view earlier when she was painting was not that bad.
Exactly.
Not at all.
The hair doesn't do anything for me, though.
She might be crazy, but she's not.
It's
as bad
Kelly
as
Sue DeConnick hair. That's like the rottenness issue of it all. It's Kelly Sue DeConnick. I know the hairstyle came before. It's just because being a comic book fan, that's the stigma of a very stigmatizing look that became prominent in comics. So now I just call it the Kelly Sue DeConnick look. Ew.
I've seen a lot of Spinals before, and I'm telling you, this guy's a fake. It's kind of funny because Walter's a vet and is all about being a vet. And Lebowski actually is a vet from the Korean War. That's where he lost the use of his legs. And yet he has no respect for him at all.
It's kind of like Rambo, but no, what's funny is this movie has the same plot as the Batman, only it's better.
Oh, way better. No, for real. It doesn't even come close. And I'm not saying just us based on
Because the Wayne
nostalgia.
Foundation is used to
That's right, yeah.
launder money, and that's what Lebowski technically is doing here. Like it's
He's laundering $1 million.
So like
'Cause
you
it
can
was a
even ask
ringer for a
yourself if
ringer.
Lebowski didn't set the whole thing up to begin with, right? Like I think somebody brought that up earlier. I don't know if it was Mark or Brahma Bull, but yeah.
Yeah, he sets the whole thing up because he has a ringer for a ringer the whole time. He's embezzling the $1 million and trying to blame it
From
on
his daughter, yeah.
the dude. Yeah,
No,
because he doesn't have any money.
Yeah.
He's got an allowance from Maud,
Exactly. Yeah.
a generous allowance.
Oh, this is great.
He's
Oh, my
fake.
God.
I've seen a lot of spinal
God.
in my time, man.
Oh my God. It just
Walter's always wrong, right?
Okay, well, perhaps.
like it's
Yes.
really
Those fucking expressions are priceless too. He's like, oh, I guess
That's
I
really
fucked
the
up.
only time Walter's really not wrong, though. If you think about the entire movie, that's
Yeah.
that's the only time he is wrong. I mean, sorry, because every other time in the movie, Walter's been 100% correct. Remember, like
Yep.
about everything.
About the ringer, about her not kidnapping herself, but that she wasn't really kidnapped. This is the only time in the movie that there is not a strike thrown on screen.
Shit. I never
And then
realized that.
And then he dies immediately
Yeah.
after the scene.
Oh,
That's the
yeah,
only time,
yeah,
and
yeah.
he's completely puzzled by it because
Yeah, how
every
did that
other ball
happen?
you
Yeah,
see
look at the
thrown
clock,
in the
yeah.
movie is a strike.
Oh,
It's a
Hey,
foreshadow.
don't you see a
Damn.
7-10 split being made too in the big? That's another character. but
Yeah,
you
they
see a
do.
7-10
They do
split,
show that.
7-10. Yeah,
No, but I think he's right.
Then
I
he
think
does
Donnie
the little-
always gets a strike.
Donnie
yeah.
always gets a strike, right? Yeah.
Every character does. I mean, there in some of the scenes, like when they're talking to the stranger, you can see pins that are left up. But anytime anybody throws a ball outside of this ball, it's a strike. The whole
Shut the fuck
opening
up, Donnie,
sequence
again,
with
yeah.
like 12 bowlers, they had to make sure everybody got a strike,
Oh,
or
wow.
they had to cut away.
you know, I suck at
Sorry.
bowling, but I still enjoy playing it. I really do, especially if the boys are involved. Get a bunch of dudes, throw big balls
Pizza.
to the oh dude.
Beer.
Usually most of the bowling alleys have pretty decent pizza because they rely on bar pizza, and bar pizza is good.
Is
Yeah.
it just the two of guys in Jesus' team, and there's three guys in their team?
That's
How
what
does
I
that
was
work?
saying earlier. All
Yeah,
the
is
other
that-
teams only have 2 players.
That's like a
That's
clue
why
to-
Donnie is possibly a figment.
That's a clue, yeah. And he does speak to Donnie.
Yeah, but
a
that
couple
doesn't
of
make
times.
any sense.
But he
'cause
bowls.
Anybody who's ever played on a bowling league knows that bowling teams are generally made up of 3 to 4 people. You never would have a 2-person bowling team.
Right,
That's not-
nobody would want
It
to
is.
be
They
in
just
God,
don't
the
ever
nihilist.
show any other partners for these guys.
yeah.
Oh,
But I don't know that they're
I know
actually
that because
in
I
a
actually used
league
to be
right
a
now.
bowling sub. Yeah. Well, when they are that night, though, that's the thing. Is like, yeah.
Here's the
Yeah.
nihilist again.
Oh, here we go.
But I just know that mainly because I used to be a sub all the time for my dad's league. So yeah.
Yeah, I was the president of a bowling league for about 10 years. I averaged like 200, but
I'm not that great. So
Yeah, well, I was the
Yeah.
bowling ball.
I used to be.
that's why I was a sub.
been in
Like
a
I could
bowling
come in
alley.
and maybe on one good night I might do a 170, 160. Maybe I get lucky and bowl a 200.
Man,
When we
Tom,
do-
you saw like a
when we
master
do
More
the
like
Dallas
player.
meetup?
120, 130 on an average, though, probably.
Oh,
When
my
we do
average.
the Dallas meetup, we should go to a bowling alley.
Let's do it. Let's do a bowling alley. What my average, like my length, I usually hit around 50, 60 pins. When I'm good, emphasis on good, quotation marks, I will maybe hit somewhere between the 100 and like 130. I don't hit. high
Honestly, I haven't
numbers.
done it in years. I don't even know how good I'd be anymore. But yeah, I used to be all right.
It's fun.
I
It's
was
a good
junior
drinking
and
game.
teen league
Yeah.
bowler, but when it came to adult stuff, I just kind of
Well, back
Plus,
in
you
the
have
80s,
to
that's
have-
only. No, go ahead, Tom. Yep.
I just said. Plus, it's an investment in the ball, the shoes, all that business. Anyway, you're saying, Mark? Sorry.
Yeah, well, not sorry. In the 80s, that was our big hangout, and that was the only
Right.
place that was able to. They had video games,
Yeah.
arcade games, and then our freaking town passed a law you couldn't have more than 3 video games or arcade games in any one
Damn.
spot. But I was like, come on, really? So they had like 5 or 6 machines, so they had to take 3 of them out. It's like, because we're destroying the town by bowling and playing,
That was
Dragon
the start
Quest
of
all
it,
day.
Mark. The downfall of Western
The downfall,
civilization began
yeah.
there.
God, it's like passing that. One.
I know. I would like my undies.
I would
back.
like my undies back.
Now I know we mistook the other character earlier. Somebody did for the Cheech Marin, but isn't that guy on the left there the guy from Die Hard who ended up killing himself not long after this movie?
You'd have to rewind it.
Yeah,
One
the
is
nihilist
Flea.
guy.
I can go back.
The
yeah.
tall
one
one
is
on
Flea,
the far left.
one is
yeah,
Carl
Yeah,
Huggins.
isn't that the
Yeah.
guy from Die Hard right there? Yeah.
Yeah,
Looks
that
like him.
is. That's him. See,
I got
recognize
$4.
him.
I got almost 5. It's like they're like, we'll call it even. It's like,
Do you remember the
it's-
Subaru
Yeah,
commercials?
So Peter Stormare is the front one. He's the first
Yeah.
Nihilist.
Yeah. Do you remember the
Flea's
the
another.
Subaru commercials that the middle guy did, the guy who plays Carl Hungus, where he's like, or no, it was VW, where he would be like a rapper, and they would like they would throw the a VW with like a catapult launcher, and then he'd be like VW. Those were great. That was a great series of commercials. It was like the Burger King commercials.
The Burger King commercials, bro. Those
Where the
commercials-
king used to just pop up and be like,
surprise.
yeah.
Why didn't Walter not pull out his gun here?
No, it's a different guy, but it's a guy I always get mixed up with him.
And then tragedies about the strike. Tragedy.
Oh my god, when he
Or-
spits his ear out.
It's the guy
Oh.
from the third Die Hard movie, I believe.
Oh,
Hang on, let me look here.
no, you're good. I laughed so hard when I saw this because I was still
Take
a
the
few years
$4.
being into Mike Tyson, and
No,
the
he's
fact
not
that
in
that
there either.
happened, like, especially, I'm not sure if you guys know, like, Mike Tyson's
it's not,
actually
no.
he's selling edibles currently called Mike Bites, and his catch line for his, it's better than the real thing.
No,
Oh my
that's-
god, this is it where he bites his ear off. Oh my god, it's so gross.
Anti-Semite.
Oh man, I fuck you there.
So that's not Peter Stormare then.
N-
I thought it was Peter Stormare.
it's well, the guy in the middle is.
Yeah. It's
But-
the other two you get. mixed
Yeah,
up.
it's not the guy I thought it was. The guy that I always thought was the other guy is actually a different actor, but
He's a different other guy.
yeah.
Soul Assassin, yes, to all of this. They are shaped like ears. Mike Tyson edibles, or they are called Mike Bites, and
Yep.
yeah, Mike Bites, and they are shaped like ears. They are shaped like the piece of the ear he bit off from Evander Holyfield.
I hope
So-
Holyfield gets a cut.
Or at least a bite.
Literally or figuratively. He already had it cut literally. Oh man, that was good, Mark. Yeah, you can't play
I'll
that.
eat your children. Praise be Allah.
I mean, I
It's
just
the
remember
saddest
watching
part
that
of the
fight
movie.
live, and when all our friends were all like, y'all get together and like pay one guy to get the fight, you know. And
Yeah.
like, we're like, what the hell just happened? It's like,
Tom, were you talking about Alexander Godunov?
That's what I was trying to
That's
think of.
who
But
you're
yeah, I think he
thinking
was
of.
already
It wasn't
dead by this
suicide.
point.
He had hepatitis and
Oh, is that what it
and
was? I thought he
chronic
yeah.
alcoholic, and
okay,
a mixture
well.
of the two. It left him dead in his home.
Yeah,
so-
Bush, yes, that was Flea from the
It's
Red
Flea,
Hot
yeah.
Chili
Yeah, that is
Peppers,
Flea
yeah.
though. That's for sure.
And
And
that
earlier at the restaurant, that was Amy Mann from Till Tuesday.
cool.
Both of them sitting at the table together. I thought that was fucking awesome.
I think we missed the little nice tender bit with Walter and Donnie there, which was
Ah,
Yeah,
It was
the
sad.
only
Don
time
Johnson.
he's ever
Problematic.
actually, he was ever actually nice to him was at that point.
Yep.
Now,
Too late.
I didn't recognize it was Flea until the later years in life watching it.
Mm.
I actually was like, oh shit, that is
You didn't
Flea.
recognize him without the sock.
I know it's just some things, and one thing changes everything. No, I didn't recognize him. I was just, and everyone's like, oh, Flea's. I'm like, oh, is he? Oh shit, he is. But hey, I know who Steve Buscemi is. That's all that matters. Fucking Buscemi. Fucking Buscemi.
Is there Ralph's around here?
Dude,
Get a
I
fucking coffee
love
can.
this closing scene. A coffee can of like, what was it, like Folgers or some Folgers coffee can. And and then we went to go to blow them up. And I'm assuming the chat knows it backfires and gets all over the dude.
And the urn was only $180, and they're like, "That's ridiculous."
Maybe bereavement, not saps.
Got anything else we can put him in? Like a
Yeah.
bag or something?
That damn coffee tin. Oh my god. I realized
Did you-
Go ahead.
Did you recognize Kiedis and Point Break?
No.
Speaking of Red Hot Chili Pepper actors or acting roles,
See, I don't know them well. Like I know, like I'm sad. This is the part where I'm in normie mode with them. I don't know their stuff well. Like I've heard a few of the hits, but I don't want to judge them off the few of the hits because Well, let's just say I made that mistake with Soundgarden. Once I actually listened to an album, I realized, holy crap, their albums are far better than their singles. So I want to one day give an old Pepper album a proper listen, without all the singles attached to it. But look at all those ashes. He just looks enthused.
I'm just laughing at this fucking scene.
Goodman's so
And
serious.
he just goes on too with this speech. Like he
The
goes
whole
on
speech
and
is
on.
ridiculous.
And Lawrence,
Hill
you took him just
364.
like you took all those men on Hill 364.
And Donnie, who loved bowling, yeah. and his
And the
wishes,
ocean.
which might have been his wishes. Right?
All right, chat. I want to hear it from you guys. I want to hear your scores. I know it's really not overall toxic flick, but if you want to add it, go ahead. But we definitely want to hear your scores of the greatness factor of this movie. And wow, the Big Lebowski. Hey, fucking man, let's go bowling. Everything just gets all the bowling. And we come back to our boy here, the stranger, the guy who they didn't know what to do with him. They just knew they needed to have him in this movie. Like, we'll just throw him in here. And that's fine. With a guy like Sam Elliott, you can just do that.
Well, like I said, in my head canon, there's the dude. And then, this is the man. I'm sure somewhere out there's the guy.
Mhm.
Just like, it's kind of like this little, thing. I don't know. It just kind of, that's why I said I would love to have seen like a story about Sam Elliott's character just to see how different he is, just kind of the whole thing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It would have been funny if they had done a sequel that was literally just them in the tournament against the Jesus. Just a 1.5 hour
kinda like
tournament
Kingpin.
of them against the Jesus. Yeah.
Very Kingpin.
I was about
And
to
they
say,
go,
Kingpin kind of was that.
Yep.
Yeah.
I could see Tom playing Bill Murray in that.
Oh, Jesus.
No, you
Arnie
couldn't play
McCracken?
Jesus. Just-
Greatness,
I love this
10
way it
out of
looks.
10. Vince, 7. Toxicity, man, but 6 out of 10. Rob Altus, 7 out of 10. All right. There's some scores there. Thank you, guys. Appreciate the scores. And then Vince says, who would be the third player? Oh, I don't, man. Ooh.
Lebowski Jr.
Yeah, who would now? I'm trying to think.
yeah.
Who I was actually trying to think who would be a Lebowski Jr. I was trying to think
Yeah.
if you had a Lebowski Jr., who would be?
Well,
I
the
don't
thing
know.
is, they'd probably make him completely different from his father.
Well, that's what I
Or like
think.
his
Said
mother.
that's what I think that you'd have to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
an
it'd
Alex
be a
B.
yuppie.
Keaton type. Yeah, yuppie. Yep.
That's what I said. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, 70s. Won't you send off on your scores?
Well, I mean, as you say, I don't think it's the most toxic of movies. It's
No,
certainly got its
definitely
moments.
not.
I'd probably give it like a 6.
No,
out
I'd
of
only
10.
give it a 5 for toxicity.
Yeah,
with
5
the-
The
or
women
6
are
out of 10.
toxic in this.
But I mean, as I say,
Yeah.
I absolutely adore the Coen Brothers. I've loved this movie for ever since it came out and saw it at the cinema first time. I'd probably give it 9.5 out of 10.
Oh,
I'm only giving it
alright.
0.5 less because it does get a little bit slow at the Ben Gazzara.
All right.
But otherwise, it's astoundingly good. There's Coen Brothers should be preserved in carbonite for the future of humanity.
Well, this
All right.
movie is preserved by Congress. They picked it as
Against
a-
their
Yes.
will,
Yeah,
right?
yep.
70
It
show
is.
against their will.
Against their
Yeah.
will, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, I love it. 9.5, I'd say. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Cowabunga.
Could you imagine him waking up in the middle of the night? Where are you taking me?
That's right. Well, I'm sorry, but the future of humanity
We're
depends
taking
upon
you,
you.
wee lad, lads to be put in carbonite.
Yes,
There's no such thing.
1,000 years from now, you'll be awakened to make new movies.
Tom, won't you sound off on your scores?
Actually, I'll disagree. I think there's a lot of toxic elements to this movie.
Ooh, let's hear it.
First of all, you have clearly, like you guys just pointed out, all the women in this movie are kind of toxic in a way. Especially what's her face's character, the Tara Reid, and then you have, outside of the Lebowski's a little bit more of a guy's guy in a way. You got John Goodman's character, who's clearly a man, ubermensch to a point, other than when it comes to his ex-wife. So like outside of that, I mean, you got the nihilists, you got, all that kind of shit. And I mean, so I think there's quite a bit of toxicity in here. Then you have the whole aspect of just the Big Lebowski himself being somebody who tries to manipulate people through power and, what he does and stuff like that. So no, I think it's actually got quite a bit of toxicity. It's just handled well. But as far as the film goes, like, I'm glad to hear that they use this in film classes. That's a good thing. This movie is definitely a 10 out of 10 and the type of movie to teach people, how to be nuanced and tell a great story and build on character and make the characters, work for the story, or however you want to put it, to where it's, it all melds so well together. And like I said earlier, I don't think there's a single thing I would change about it. Even that slow bit ain't that bad. Like, if that's the worst of the film, that's the worst of the film. Like, this is my favorite Coen film. Yeah, I give the film a 10 out of 10 as far as toxicity. I'd go about a 7 or 8.
All right.
Yeah, see, the only one I would have picked over this was Fargo. I think Fargo's a definite 10.
Oh my god.
I like Fargo, but this has to me personally, much more rewatchability than Fargo does.
Sure.
Oh my god, Mark.
We're talking splitting hairs over the greatest movies ever, which is great. Yeah.
Right, exactly. Like, to me, like, this is...
You're looking good there, Nick.
God damn it. Keely Chow says 9 out of 10. And then Toxic Man Flu says 1 out of 10. This movie sucks. Oh, sorry, that's The Last Jedi. And Boosh McFadden.
See, it doesn't help that I also didn't see Fargo until it had already, I think, won the Oscar, and everybody had talked about it.
Oh, the old Fargo.
Back when you had to wait for movies to come to video.
Yeah.
When you had to go to Blockbuster Video.
The dark days.
We have a
Before
Blockbuster
streaming.
Video flag at our home. It's pretty awesome, actually.
Blue and yellow, that could be seen as political these days.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like a
true.
flag of a country.
And we've had this thing too in our place since we moved in. And whatever. Dearest for 9 out of 10. I think Soul Assassinator, 10 out of 10. Awesomeness. 11 out of 10 toxic. Oh, we got some disagreements on toxicity. I like this. And 8 out of 10 White Russians. Keely Chow says 9 out of 10. So we got some people who actually find it a toxic flick. Okay, cool. Well, Mark, where do you stand?
I mean, this movie is just just my opinion, man. Just my opinion. Yeah. I mean, love this movie the first time I saw it. I don't think I saw it in the movie theater, but I mean, I love the dialogue. Like, you got to pay attention to this movie. As one of my buddies who was, I always quote, we're watching The Graduate, and they're like, this movie is too much dialogue. I'm like, what? So yeah, I mean, you got to pay attention, but God, this movie delivers. And Bridget, it's just as the dude. I mean, we were talking about maybe other actors playing him, but I mean, that's
well,
him.
kind of the
It's
point
so
was we
perfect.
couldn't think of anybody who
you
really
can't really
could
think of
pull
him.
him
You
off.
think,
Exactly,
yeah, like maybe half. Oh, maybe we've gotten half the role right, but yeah, he's just so beautiful. He's just so perfect in this role. And toxic, not really toxic, like everyone said, other than the ladies, right? Taking
For anyone who doesn't
advantage.
remember, Jeff Bridges used to look like this before he was the dude.
Wow.
American Heart, if you've ever seen that movie. That's one for the ladies there, and for Mad Martin.
And for Mad.
That's what
And
Jeff
for
looked
you
like back in
when the
day.
wife's out.
Well,
You just have that on your desktop?
Yeah.
I've got it
70s.
printed off. I carry it in my wallet. Hey,
Yeah, so I give it 9.5. Yeah, it's a must watch. If Dad Man's out there hasn't seen it, so yeah, Dad Man, you got to watch this. This is a great, and it's been it's a little toxic, but yeah, as Bruce is saying, yeah, but both men and women, yeah, everyone there's something for everyone here. Yep. And I just love the story of the Coen brothers and how freaking crazy it is. And looking for that, whose toe is that, and just the dialogue and all the characters are freaking awesome. So
This is not Nom. There are rules.
there are rules here. Yeah, like if you're bowling, you use that line, like you put a 0 there, man. This is a league game, man.
The league game.
Because that
Tox,
excuses
good night.
all of it.
Good night to the
Good
man
night,
flu.
Tox.
Thank
Take
you
care,
for hanging
man.
out. Tiki
Take care,
Dude
Tox.
says 9.99% out of 10. Wow, look at that. And then Bruce Lombardo says 79% is my grade. It's fun to watch. The dialogue is amazing. It's just a huge draw for men and women. It's true. There are sites to see for the men and the women, like this one. So I mean, we say more. Gary, I know you put your scores here about Highline, but if you want to elaborate on them, you're welcome to.
Yeah, it's like it's my I there are two favorite films before it by the Coen brothers, and it's Fargo and True Grit, and then this film. But I'm also a big fan of Blood Simple. A Serious Man is really fucking good. Oh Brother, We're Out There is okay. I have problems with it. I'm like, how can you do the Odyssey and not have fucking read the book? I thought that was goofy. Burn After Reading, as fun as it was, has one of the best scenes ever in a movie where Brad Pitt is found in the closet and he gets shot. That stupid look on his face when he gets caught and then Clooney fucking shoots him. I lost my mind watching that. But I really do find their films very entertaining. They harken back to the classic days of cinema, what made movies fun.
They take chances.
And they also clearly studied the works of Robert Altman. Finding the weird in the normal. The most normal, mundane thing, they would find the weirdest thing about it.
I never thought about that till now, Gary, until you said that. Because, like, if you show me The Player, I would have believed it was a Coen Brothers movie.
Yes. Altman absolutely made a film that, because he's making a film in the Coen Brothers time. So therefore, it's easy to see that. Now, I definitely give the film a 9 out of 10. It's not a perfect film. It has some moments that bug me and also has some issues with character arcs. But I really do love the film, and Jeff Bridges is fucking brilliant in it. Toxicity, I get what Tom's saying, but the fact is, to me, it's so subdued for its toxicity that everything is just sort of laid out very plainly for you, that you don't really get a chance to see too much toxicity within the film. So it's just sporadic. Like, and definitely Walter was somebody that you would go, oh, well, he's a fucking man's man, but he's not toxic. He's very noble and he's very thoughtful. And at the end, you realize he's broken a little bit, man. He needed a hug. When after he gets all of the ashes on the dude, he fucking I'm sorry, I just need a hug.
Sorry, man.
Let's go bowling.
No, let's go bowling.
Let's go bowling.
But definitely, that's my score. And I stand by it, God damn it.
Good, you better stand by it, damn it. Yeah. Boosh here, 9 out of 10. I'm kind of like with Tom. The lasers, right? The lasers are toxic. But yes, it is more towards men. But when someone else is toxic, we got to give credit where it's due. That's just how the cookie crumbles around these parts. But thank you for your score, Boosh.
And I meant to say that the women are absolutely. I don't think there's.
Well, if the Coen brothers have one problem, it's writing female characters, right? Like their best female character is probably what? Like.
Fargo, Francis.
Between Fargo and Helen Hunter in Raising Arizona, the only two times they've been successful in really bringing a female character into the mix of the story.
I agree.
Male focused, yeah. I mean, Inside Llewyn Davis, No Country for Old Men. These are male focused movies.
Well, they are. Yeah. When I look, because when you think about all the fucking movies, every single one of them is male centric.
The Man Who Wasn't There.
But isn't that what we're taught in creative writing? Write what you know.
Which is funny because it's what's her face? I think it's Helen Hunt again. And Oh Brother, We're Out Though. She's basically playing the same fucking character.
Yeah, Burn After Reading is, I think, the only one of their stories I remember that has a prevalent female lead character.
Yeah, well, that and Fargo, like we mentioned. Fargo is
Fargo, that's right.
Yeah, that's the one where if anybody does actually say, "Oh, they just can't," well, that's true. Like I can't say that.
Oh, and because they adapted it, you've got the young girl. What's her name?
True Grit. Yeah,
True Grit. Yeah. Oh God, what is her name? The little Haley, cute little Filipino girl. She's so.
Holly Hunter.
Haley Stein.
Haley Stein.
She was in that, yeah.
Yeah, that was her
as a kid. Wow.
Yeah.
She played the kid.
Yeah,
she was great.
Yeah, I didn't really care for Burn After Reading as much either. It was okay, but
no, it wasn't a great film. It just had that one scene that really.
To me, I gravitate more towards the goofier Coen brothers than I do their more serious.
Oh, brother.
Too.
Now,
Yeah,
a film
like
I didn't like
Raising
was
Arizona,
Inside
the-
Llewellyn Davis. Did anybody see that?
I thought it was
think-
pretty good. I
I'm
liked
trying to
it.
remember if I
I
seen that
couldn't
one
get
or not.
into it.
I didn't get the point of it at the end, but I thought, well, it was a slice of something, and it was okay.
And
But I
Hail
liked it.
Caesar, the Clooney
Well,
comedy.
Clooney
That's the
was
only.
quite-
That's one I haven't seen yet either. Yeah.
I didn't
the
like
thing,
it.
The thing about Burn after
Oh, it wasn't
reading and Frances McDormand's character is she's a toxic woman. She lusts after Brad Pitt when there's a guy and she's never going to achieve him, and thereby dissing the guy that does love her, that's much more achievable. So she's really toxic. She does that guy a lot of harm to his face the way she disses him, because she's lusting after the younger guy. It's a very toxic female character they wrote there, I thought.
I forgot.
She's not a nice
There's
person.
another film, by the way, in the 70s. You'll go, oh shit, yeah, the Hudsucker Proxy.
Yeah, I was gonna
love
bring that one up
Love
earlier,
that
but
movie. That's got. There's a sense of that in the Big Lebowski. There's a similar feel, almost like a retro movie feel with some of the stuff in it and some of the capers. But wasn't quite as funny as Big Lebowski. But I do love the Hudsucker Proxy.
Well, it has this weird feel because a lot of people don't know that the Coens worked with Sam Raimi, and
That's a good point.
so Sam Raimi's involvement with the film really is within the film. Some of the visuals that
didn't
they
they have
use.
something to do with the Simple Plan as well?
Yeah, you might have.
Sam Raimi?
No, well he did, but I'm saying, but didn't they have?
Well,
You mean Blood Simple?
no? A Simple Plan, which was the plane crash.
The Sam Raimi
money.
directed movie that everybody forgets that he made. That's
Great
really
movie.
fucking
Shit!
good.
Yeah,
the
with
money,
Billy
they-
Bob.
they
Yeah, with
steal-
Bob. Yeah,
They take the money instead of handing it in. It's a plane crash. Yeah,
because that one always felt to me like a Coen Brothers movie too.
it did. They might have. I don't know if the executive produced that. Then I don't know.
I'll have to look that up. You know,
I'm
that's
looking
one
it up
movie I
right now
gotta
because
get.
it really
That's a
does
great
kind of.
movie.
I don't think it's ever been out on Blu-ray.
It's a great movie as well.
I
haven't
don't
seen it
see
for
their name
years.
involved so far,
No,
but
probably not. But it feels like a very inspired by them type of movie,
and
and it does not feel like a Sam Raimi movie at
Nope.
all.
No, not at all. But it's a great tight thriller. It
I
really
think the
is.
closest thing he has to any Sam Raimi isms in it is the car. I think is the only thing he got in there, because otherwise I don't think there's too much in there that
You're
he.
gonna have to seek that movie out.
Yeah, it's been so long since I've seen. I saw it in the theater, dude. That was just such a great. I think I saw it like 3 times in the theater. It was great.
Yeah, I saw it there too.
retarded in the story.
What's that? Sorry, you cut out.
Character that Billy Bob plays mildly mentally retarded.
Not so much that. Well, he's just kind of like slow.
No, isn't that the
That's what
the
retarded means.
aren't you thinking of the one where he
Literally.
got the Oscar, Billy Bob Thornton? when
You're
he
thinking
played
more
the
of Sling Blade if you're thinking,
flying
yeah.
fried potatoes. Yeah.
No, that's
Sling
Sling
Blade.
Blade. No, this one he played the brother of what's his face? Was it Patton? Which one is it? Who's in it with him? Is it
Bill Paxton
was it
Bill
Paxton? Yeah, that's what I was trying to
Paxton's
think
in
of.
it, yeah.
plays the brother and Bridget Fonda.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's genius. It's been they need to release that movie. It's been so long since I've seen it.
Hmm.
I am curious because I don't have that on my hard drive.
I don't even know if it got a release on DVD to be. It may
I've
have.
never
but
seen it on DVD. I don't recall seeing
it came
I saw
out
it at
right
the
in that
cinema.
era at the end of VHS, so that's
Yeah.
why I'm wondering if it ever really did or not. So
Yeah, it was the cinema. I think
It's not streaming anywhere. Yep.
yeah, it's a great fucking flick.
Weird.
Well, I just found that on one of my favorite sites, and I'm looking to see what quality it is.
Probably not HD.
I'll see if it's 2 gigs, it's at least
Oh,
720.
Gary Cole was one of the feds in it or something. I like Gary Cole. He's good.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Nah, it's not even a gig, so it's SD.
Yeah.
I hate SD, right? When you go to watch a movie, you love it. Like,
Yeah, like
Yes.
right now, Batman is available
Yeah, like
on
everything in
the
4:3 ratio.
torrent hack sites, but it's got the Arabic and such casino chips.
2 weeks it'll be out, dude. So
yeah, it'll
I
be
know,
out on.
Just wait.
2 weeks.
I'm actually going to buy it.
2 weeks.
why would
I
you want to sit through 3
2
hours? of it?
weeks. 2
I can't do that.
weeks.
I was trying to watch. I've been trying to watch Spider-Man the last few days, and I'm enjoying that. Nothing about the Batman makes me want to revisit it.
Dude, right, Tom? Like, I like even like as I said
Well,
earlier
you
on
really
me,
do it when
even
Jack
if it
will knock on the door?
even if it was never
Especially
on
that.
HBO, it was a theatrical release only. There's nothing about it whatsoever that makes me want to go back to it. It's like I could be happy with my life never watching it again.
There's one scene that I want to see.
It's
Again,
probably on YouTube.
No, hey,
I
I
want the
mean,
entire
since
chase
I'm
scene.
bringing
My favorite part of
since
it. That
since
and the one ass beating.
yes, right.
I like the movie, but
If you
that
like
that
it,
chase
no,
scene
you
was
like
amazing,
it.
and Dolby, Dolby digital theater too, with the sound effects and like everyone's seats were like moving, and that was that car. Nothing like an
Sells that scene is Farrell's reaction.
yeah.
Farrell's
Oh shit, I'm in trouble now.
back and just slightly turning his head and sees the car come through the flames. It was just fucking awesome reaction.
We got Doctor Strange coming up soon too, right? That's not too far off.
Yeah, the beginning of May.
Yep.
That's gonna be some. I'm sure that's gonna be talked about for a bit, for better or for worse, depending on that. But Brahma, why don't you sell us on your scores? And I think I've got the entire panel on their scores.
Just because it is slow in a few places, even though it's probably my favorite movie, I've got to give it like a 9.8 out of 10 on the overall movie. The toxicity, I would say it's a little bit more toxic than. I kind of agree with Tom. Well, you have Maud basically trying to conceive without telling him. That's one thing. And at the time, Big Lebowski had 292 F-bombs, which the only movie that had ever had anywhere near that before that, I believe, was Scarface. And it beat out Scarface.
Really?
It had, at the time, I think it had the most F-bombs of any movie.
What about
that
Pulp
had been
Fiction or
released.
Clerks? I know they may have been in the running. But
They were in the running, but Lebowski blew them out of the water. I mean, they're in the 200s, but this is 292
seem like they would.
instances.
Yeah, I thought
Especially
Clerks would have
Pulp
had their
Fiction.
number. I thought
Well,
Clerks
not
would have
yet.
had their number with Dante alone. Fuck.
We can go check
the
it, but
fuck?
I'm
No, I think he might be
pretty
right.
sure.
Because I think Scarface still beat them in the original run of things, but
And Scarface got beat by this. So, the other thing about this movie is it created a religion. There is actually a recognized religion called the Dudism.
Yep.
I mean, that takes a lot for a movie. And the last thing I wanted to say, because we didn't really touch on it, was the reason. I mean, it's kind of an Inception moment, but so in Fargo, Steve Buscemi talks a ton. That came out, I think, 2 years before this did. And that is the reason that they had Donnie telling him to shut the F up constantly. Or they had Walter telling him to shut the fuck up. Because Buscemi talked constantly in Fargo. He was a chatterbox. So they basically turned it around and said, no, you're not allowed to say anything. And he almost didn't take the role because there was too much bullying towards that character. But then he read the final scene of it where, Walter finally shows his love for Donnie, and, they're like brothers in reality. But I'd put the toxicity at maybe a 6 or a 7. I mean, it's not as bad, but it's one of those movies I couldn't show my kids until they got to a certain age because the F-bombs were just overwhelming at points.
well, as of now, it's pretty way down the list, almost at 30.
But,
at
now
that
it
time,
is. At the time,
Casino would have still been ahead of it. It looks like. That looks about like it. So
it's too
Goodfellas
small
had
for
it
me
beat.
to see.
Goodfellas had it beat.
You can enlarge the screen by hitting that little plus symbol.
Otherwise, the rest of the movies did come out after. So actually, I think you were thinking it because Goodfellas still had it beat though.
Wow, yeah, Goodfellas still
Goodfellas
did have
did?
it.
And
Yeah, because a lot of these are newer films.
Nail by Mouth, Gary Oldman film.
Casino though came out in '95.
Now, if that's a good film, I love Gary Oldman, man.
So Casino actually
he
beat
directed that as well, didn't he? It's a
Menace to
brutal film.
Society, which beat Goodfellas.
Did you ever see Prick Up Your Ears?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
I saw all
That
the
is a
early-
great biopic. What
a lot of
the
these were
fuck?
from the 2000s. It
saw
would have been in the
a lot
top
of the old
at the time because it did beat Pulp Fiction.
Ultimately, though, I mean, it had a lot of F-bombs.
Yeah.
I mean, so
Damn, Bob.
if you consider that toxicity,
I don't see
it gets it up
Scarface.
there a
That
little
should be
bit.
here. Yeah, I can't believe Scarface ain't higher up here. What's up with that?
Yeah.
I'm glad to see Boondock Saints is in the running.
Well, and this list has it at
Running
280, where
scared.
292 is, or 281, and 292 is the official count from what I've seen.
I don't
So-
know,
Best
really.
toxic
I don't-
line out of that movie. Do you guys remember the Boondock Saints? Rule of wrist should have been, or rule of thumb should have been more like rule of wrist for the thickness of a stick to beat your wife with.
Scarface is clear down here. Yeah.
I don't recall.
Yeah, but
Running
Scarface-
Scared having so many F bombs in it.
What one?
Which one?
If you go up further up the list to the higher, am I thinking of the same movie?
Is
the,
it-
Running Scared?
Well, let's see what year it is. Where's it at?
I'm not seeing it yet.
No, it's further away. Further.
It's
up.
way up there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Running
no, it's
Scared.
2006.
Oh, that's
Oh,
a different film.
movie. It's a different
Yep.
film. I'm thinking
Yeah.
of something
Not
else.
the good one.
Some of these I'm surprised are on here. I don't remember that many swear words. Like I'm like, wow.
Well, is it swears or is it
No,
literally
it's actual
the
F word. It's the use of the F word.
Okay.
Yeah.
F-bomb count?
The word fuck. Yeah.
Okay.
So that
But-
might not count fucking or mother. I mean, that may very well be too.
Yeah.
But I knew Wolf of Wall Street was up there. Now that one's when I knew
Oh, yeah.
beat them all. Yeah, because Scorsese always has to outdo himself, as you'll notice.
But I'd give it a little bit of toxicity for that.
Sorry,
and the
but
female
anyway, yeah, I was just
characters.
curious about that. My bad.
No,
The internet,
no, at-
the internet's
at
got
the time,
everything.
it
What
was
a
one of the
wonderful time
highest.
we live in, right? Think about that, right? You can look up on the internet. who
So
has the
many
most
bar
F-bombs,
fights have
right?
been settled before they happen because of Google now.
Yeah, it's not fun anymore.
Yeah,
No, yeah.
But yeah,
That's just your
9.8 out of
opinion,
10,
man. Just your
and
opinion, man.
We'll say 6 out of 10 on toxicity.
All right. All
I
right.
gotta tell you, Tom, when Keith and I started doing Pop Culture Minefield, one of the first things I made fun of us for was forgetting to use Google when we couldn't remember something.
I did that to my kid all the time too, because my mom's favorite thing was she went and bought one of those, encyclopedia things from either, I don't know if it was from TV or from one of those roaming salesmen. So like whenever I'd ask a question, be like, "We got encyclopedias, go check it out, go look it up." So like my kid would ask me something, it's like, "You got the entire fucking world in your hands, ask it."
Yeah. I do that to my wife all the time. She'll ask me a basic question, and it's like, you're staring at your phone right now. Literally.
computer.
Monkey Jeebus just asked a really good question.
When Revenge of the Nerds win toxic because
We've
Revenge.
talked about that a little bit before, and I have a hard time considering that word.
Yeah, that's
But you wouldn't have that scene today or that movie. That's for
no,
sure.
yeah,
They
that
would not
movie. Nothing about that movie it would pass. That's for sure. No,
Especially the pies. You would not have those
See,
pies.
the thing
pies
is
came
that
with the
people
fair.
are taking it in the wrong context. It'd be different if he was tricking her into doing something to him.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, like what happened in the movie, or no, opposite of what happened in the movie tonight.
Exactly. That's my
Yeah,
point.
you went down on her.
Yeah, he went
Yeah.
down on her, right? And the thing is okay, let's look at it from the logical standpoint. If she had to have known right away, it probably wasn't Stan. If she didn't, Stan's never went down on her before, or he does exact same way that Stan does it. Because I'll tell you what, a girl should know. They probably know more than most of the guys could probably tell in most cases, I'm willing to bet. Because like a guy's technique is probably very unique, I'm willing to bet. And yeah, the fact
Tell
is
us
she
about your
enjoyed it.
technique, Tom.
The surprise. You
Elaborate.
want to know? I'll tell you. All you got to do is, like Sam Kinison said, the ABCs.
ABCs. But he was also a jock who probably didn't ever spend any time trying to deal with
that's-
her. He dealt with him.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the point, was that she was at
Mhm.
first just enthralled with the fact that it was happening and the surprise that it was, the nerd, whatever. It would have been different if the reaction would have been different too.
So she knew it wasn't him.
I think she knew way ahead of time, yeah. Well, not only that, they're a completely different build. Fucking, what's his face is like a foot
Scrawny
taller
as
than him,
fuck.
I think.
Pounds, yeah.
Yep.
All right. So, anyways, Brahma Bull, why don't you plug in your channel, sir?
Yeah, go check out the channel, Brahma Bull. I need 5 more to get to triple digits. I'm still a baby channel, but
It looks
the
like a
5
really
more-
tall black man is standing over you right now.
Yeah.
Don't forget to cup the bowls.
If I remember right, didn't she pull him into the moon room too in that scene? Wasn't that her
Yes, she
idea?
did. She did.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. Yeah.
All right.
At least it's
Go
not
ahead,
like
Brahma.
Wonder
I'm
Woman.
sorry I interrupted, dude.
Sorry,
go
me
for
too,
it.
Brahma Bull. I was just thinking that.
No, you guys are fine. But yeah, if we can get me to the 100, I can at least change this stupid URL that you see on the screen to a simple URL. So that's first step.
Yeah, I pushed you up 5 today, so let's go, guys. Come on, go sub to Brahma's channel right now.
Appreciate it. So you can catch me on Yelling at Parked Cars. You can catch me on Supreme Heretics United Resistance. You can catch me on the Thursday Night Throwdown. Not this week, though. I've got my family in town. I've been on here a couple times. Love being on here. We have a great time every time. Thank you, Nick Weiser. Panel, it's been great. Chat, you guys are always on fire, and I appreciate all of you. So thank you very much. It's always an honor to be on something like this and just to have a good time with all the guys. So cheers.
Well, hey, thank you, sir. And remember, you're one of us, man. You want to come out, the flick suits you, and if we got room, just yell at me. All right. And guys, Brahma Bull's channel, Darius and Mark DUC, thank you for modding and supplying the channels. I appreciate it. Let's get him to 100 tonight, guys. Seriously, the man has already proven he's got the chops. Anyways, our man who keeps the visuals going, and we owe to him for that, because without it, well, you won't want to look at us, but you want to look at the movie. So we thank Mark for putting the time and effort for that. Mark, you with a C.
Thank you. Yeah,
plug in your channel.
Glad to include Mads in this too, right? So I hope you guys enjoy that. I don't know about. We'll find out if he makes appearance in next week's show. But yeah, check out my channel. Just love having spending Toxic Tuesday with the guys. So it's a lot of fun, and I do a lot of, as you can tell from my background, a lot of geek, Star Trek. I do 3D printing, old toys, things like that. So if you're into that kind of stuff. Check out my channel. I'm also on Thursday Night with Cloudburn Times, and I stream with him a lot. And next week we're going to be covering Hercules with Bob Layton, that miniseries. We did Wolverine a few weeks ago with 70s. So that was it was with LT. And I'm sorry, I'm mixing up. But yeah, we had
invited me.
We should have invited you, right? Yeah. And you would have done it, right? Yeah. So yeah, and Sunday night, my main show was Sunday Night Geekery. I'm on at 10 Eastern, and we talk about what's going on geek-wise during the week and just a general hangout. So check out that as well. Yeah. So just appreciate being here, and thank you.
All right, Mark DUC, everyone, check him out. I know he just shot a little over 200, so let's get him.
Thank you for that. Yep.
Yeah. So please, he will definitely appreciate it. So
thank you, Rob.
And looks like Gary's got something to promote.
Oh, no, not me. No. Kick me out.
That red line doesn't look very healthy.
You can visit it. Yeah, it's really squiggly, isn't it?
It's about to flatline there.
It looks like you got a squiggly line here, sir.
It's like
Didn't they rhythm you?
And it blows me away because we get 107 views on this stupid promo we did, live promo. And then on this one, we get 625, then 332. It's really all over the fucking place for our shows. But I don't know. I enjoy doing it, so it doesn't really matter. You can find us at Pop Culture Minefield, my partner Keith and I. We have a show tomorrow I'm doing with Fat Steven Seagal called Shit Talk with Steven and Gary. and then on Thursday we have the Scoop Zone, where we cover Mikey Sutton's scoops of the week, as well as confirming one of his scoops or showing one that's been confirmed. Then Friday we got TGIF, which everybody, all you fuckers are welcome. A lot of you in the chat are regular on our channel anyway, so you guys know the show. It's just some dumb white dude and a cool black dude. That's it. That's all we do.
That's great.
Well, all those views are me.
Yeah, Pop Culture Minefield. If you're somehow not subbed, I'm going to assume everyone is. If you're not,
I know everybody except for. Well, I know Rob Altus too. I know everybody here. Yeah,
good.
And Deleted Scenes is part of our show, so
as he should be. 70s.
Hola. Well, Nick, my friend, it's always an honor and a pleasure to be on the show. Thank you for having me again. It's always an honor and a pleasure to be on with these fine gentlemen and Gary.
No, fuck you.
I'm just kidding, mate.
I love you, man.
Love you. I have had, as I briefly re-entered for a few months the workforce the other day. My growth has slowed. I've been stunted somewhat, but I'll be getting back on track now. So I had to skip my weekly live show on the Mondays for a couple of weeks, but I'll be back next Monday. And I don't know if Nick, you want to throw that up on the screen. So I'll be doing a punk rock special.
Ooh.
Awesome.
Only talk and roll, focusing particularly on it 76 to 82. All your favorite noisy, spitting, gobbing, scratching, biting bands will be covered. I'll have a great panel of guests. Toxic Man Flu, it's Courtney, and various other people who's Legalized Adulthood, my friend who did the Who's stream. Comics Division has hinted he may make an appearance. So,
maybe you'll get to see the dicks.
Indeed, there will be a bag of dicks on screen for this one. So that's next Monday, 2:30.
Is that a grand bag of dicks or a wee bag of dicks?
It's a big bag of
Wee
dicks.
bag of
I think
dicks.
Captain Marty Spock might be joining me. We're all punk fans, so yeah, and that's coming up next Monday. And I'm working on a few other videos to be released. And if we're talking growth, I'm up to 388 subscribers now. So
nice.
I'm pushing for
God bless you,
400.
man.
Dude, I'm liking that we're talking about your growth.
Yeah.
Maybe if we stopped, if you stopped wearing the Dallas Stars crap, you'd get some more subscribers.
Hey, we beat. That's why I was cheering
Stars
earlier.
suck.
We beat Tampa Bay tonight. So
Stars suck.
Let's go Rangers.
Well, of course they suck, but
Avalanche.
Yes. Well, we'll do that show we're gonna do about hockey.
Oh, we're gonna.
And I would just like to also give a quick shout out, inspired by the great Tom and Mead Radio. I also have my That 70s Rock Fan radio channel, where we are small in number, but we have a lot of fun, especially when Tom asks for Fleetwood Mac when I'm playing hard rock stuff.
I didn't pay attention.
Bay City Rollers, come on.
Go back a second there.
I am planning,
SATUR.
I am planning a future playlist on this of 70s pop music, which will include the Rollers. So.
Outstanding.
Go back a second, 70s.
It's not Bay City Rollers. It's crap.
Go back a second to your live stream coming up there.
Yeah. This is it right there.
Yeah.
And you're welcome to join, sir. But,
I said more than that. What the fuck? Hit live chat. What the hell? I said a lot more than that. It was supposed to pop up when you had it on.
I'm getting ready to push you into the 90s on your.
You got me blocked on your shit.
And definitely go check out 70s Rock Fans show on the Who from a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. That was great.
we had a lot of fun on that one, and this will be modeled in the same format, and there'll be more of these music specials. So
I heard a few fans of the Who were trampled to death waiting for your show to start.
they were. Unfortunately, that's.
Was that too soon to make that joke?
Another
It's 40 years later. I think it's
40
okay.
years later, I think we can make that joke. Yes, a lot of people were trampled to death leaving, is what you mean, trying to get out of watching the show. I see Tom's left a nice little emoji at the top, so thank you, Tom.
Well, I just gave you 5 new subs.
Oh, cool! Yeah,
Nice.
Wow.
thank you, sir.
What a whore.
Fuck you.
Tom's chatting to me as we speak. So we got 392. Well, thank you. Anyway,
We're gonna get to
over
400
to you,
soon.
Tom. Over to you, Tom. Thanks,
What
Tom.
about me?
You get to talk.
About what?
Whatever you want.
I like nunchucks.
That's
They're
good.
cool.
You're like Brian Regan's new stand-up on Netflix then.
Okay. I like Elf. Pizza's good. Me and Nick agree on that.
One day we will get pizza. It will be
And
great.
cheese on pizza.
No.
And I just want to say, in dedication to Gilbert Gottfried, Good night, Sidney Bernstein.
Hail to Gilbert Gottfried.
Cheers to Gilbert.
Indeed.
Yeah.
What? That's my wife's car, bitch!
Oh, Zan
Is there
Zoltan, you're about
something
to
I can
find
put
out.
in this hand that would make you forget about that thing in your other hand there? What do you mean, like if I had $200? Ouch! You're robbing me. That's what's happening here.
Dude.
Affleck. Affleck.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Dude. I love
Oh, he got wronged over that shit.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he
And
did.
of course, let's not forget.
Have
He
you
was
ever
also
heard the joke of the aristocrats?
I love that fucking movie, dude. All those different comedians, including him, telling that fucking joke, their version of it.
yes. Rest in peace to Gottfried. And guys, somehow if you're not Mead
Godspeed to
Radio,
Gottfried, yes.
somehow if you're not Mead Radio, listening to Mead Radio. Damn it! Like what the fuck? Just
And
get
make sure you
get
ask
on
for
it.
the most obscure music you can possibly think of. It
Yes.
was in some black and white movie in 1935.
Drop in there and give a good reach around. That's all we ask. And
Honestly,
the day.
I should do one. I didn't do a 2 for Tuesday.
Oh, there you
He
go.
did do a reach around.
Reach around.
He
Yeah.
did do a reach around. Well, thank you, Tom. I appreciate your time as always, sir.
All right.
All right. And then Zan Zoltan, I'll turn on to me. What's the next movie, you ask? Well, guys, since there is a particular legal battle going on in the Hollywood world with a certain Johnny Depp, we're going to capitalize off of that and we're going to talk about Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Oh, it's going to be on like Donkey Kong next week. I am in love with this flick. So, like, I didn't see this one till after high school, and I was just like, how did I not know about this one? And, bro, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas is next week. We're going to capitalize on that Johnny Depp. It's going to be great. It's going to be huge. Anyways, thank you all for coming here. As per always, all the main faces that returned. Thanks to a lot of you for sticking around. A lot of you stuck around. Like, holy shit, that's badass that you all stuck around. I love it. Saw a few new faces in the chat as well coming from Mead. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Once again, as always, you had many great options tonight, and you chose us. So I appreciate that. Hopefully you enjoyed the Big Lebowski episode 40. We'll see you all next week for episode 41, where we will be Fear and Loathing. Until then, may our paths cross again. This is goodbye, good fight, and good night.
Auf Wiedersehen.